Julie Shannon Smith. Thank you. Those studio signs prompting you to cheer really work. I think I gotta leave.
We're getting word Shannon's headed to Taco Bell.
When you need a taco, you need a taco. Introducing the new Cantina Crispy Chicken Tacos. Try them with creamy chipotle or avocado ranch sauce. Only at Taco Bell. At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for limited time only. Contact local store for hours and participation is ready.
Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room, is now open and playing your favorite games. Step in to Century Bar and Grill for lunch or late night dinners. Unwind in Ray's Lounge and enjoy live music and crafted cocktails. Elevate your game at Hollywood Park Casino. Minutes from LAX and next door to SoFi Stadium. Visit playhpc.com for more information. Must be 21 or older to enter.
Hi, I'm Walker Bueller. I've made a lot of throws in my career, but the most important one is when I'm throwing my trash into the can. Because litter doesn't just make LA look bad. It threatens our wildlife, endangers our environment, and can even clog our storm drains. Join me and keep LA County clean. Don't waste beautiful, throw away your trash, and learn more about keeping our water healthy and litter-free at waterforla.com.
Spartan Finals doing the big game SoCal style. Shop meats, cheeses, veggies, and wings. Stock up on beer and wine. Score enough chips, dips, and spreads to cover the field.
Spartan Finals got everything I need. Shop online for delivery, yeah.
Feel the red zone rush and score First Street Pork spare ribs. Just
all right, you get 2 minutes here. 2 minutes.
Limit 2.
Spartan Final, one trip, and that's it.
Here to announce the all-new, all-electric Ford F-150 Lightning is Hall of Fame running back Eric Dickerson.
I drive an F-150 myself, and I love it.
Well, F-150 Lightning's got everything you love about yours and more, like the Pro Power onboard generator that can power your tailgate or home.
Sounds like the truck of the future.
You heard it here first. Reserve your 2022 Ford F-150 Lightning today at buyfordnow.com.
And visit your Southern California Ford dealers.
Switch to Spectrum Mobile and get unlimited data for only $29.99 per month each when you get 2 or more lines. You could save hundreds on your mobile bill. Plus, there are no added taxes, hidden fees, and no contracts. Try the Spectrum Mobile Savings Calculator today, and in 3 easy steps, you'll see how much you could save. Visit spectrummobile.com/save. Offer valid for new customers on 2 or more unlimited lines. Spectrum Internet required. Restrictions apply. Visit spectrummobile.com for details.
Super Week coverage is presented by Infinity Motor Company. Luxury should be lived in. Visit your Southern California Infinity retailer today.
AM 570.
We're going to the Super Bowl!
KLAC, KYSR HD2 Los Angeles.
The home of the Rams and Bengals in Super Bowl 56.
This is 3-time Pro Bowler LeVar Arrington. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by
Find out what's going on.
Last night's annual NFL Honors Award show, Rams wide receiver Cooper Kupp took home the Offensive Player of the Year.
I can't sit down with these board shorts on. It's just
Whitworth was named the Walter Payton Man of the Year in
slippery.
recognition of his outstanding community service activities off the field as well as excellence on it. The Rams are hoping both players will be excellent on the field this Sunday for Super Bowl
What are they doing to us?
against
You're
the
killing
AFC
us.
champion Cincinnati Bengals at SoFi Stadium. I'm JD Haffron.
If you don't have the Taco Bell app, you'll want to sign up for it. Why? Because Taco Bell's cooking up something big and dropping a hint exclusively inside their app on the day of the big game. Don't miss out. Sign up for the app by February 13th at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Time. Terms and conditions apply.
Portions of the following program will be recorded.
That's a problem.
AM 570 LA Sports.
I want to hear it, man. I'm desperate to hear it.
This is the Petros and Money Show.
Best case scenario.
Mad Money Smith.
Worst case
scenario. Petros Papadakis.
What am I doing here? I'm humiliated.
Available on the iHeartRadio app.
Oh, that's a serious infection.
AM 570 LA Sports.
That's aptly pulled up.
This is Petros and Money.
I mean,
I can't get it together. Doesn't know how to end his show properly.
all these people standing around waiting for us to come on the air at 3, and they got to wait till 3:04. You kidding me?
coming around here.
You kidding me right now?
Not knowing what to do.
You don't know that we're live on location and people expect us to come on at 3 and you make them wait? What kind of a-hole does that?
The less you know, the less lies you will tell.
Yeah, calling it out, Vic. Petros and Money, AM 570, LA Sports, live everywhere. On the iHeartRadio app and live on location. We got dueling DJs. Wacko's going at it with the guy at the Tailgate tour right now. Macklemore got nothing on this. Clandestino.
Get him.
We got him. Take him down.
We are live at the 3rd Street Promenade
Are we
Broadway, right in front of Cult Coffee and Cocktails. It is the Petros and Money Show. West Side PMS does not happen very often.
That's the truth.
There is a buzz in the city. We are in the Times Square of Los Angeles, the 3rd Street Promenade. We feel glorious on a Frogman Friday.
Frogman?
And we will be here for the next 3 hours, P.
Take me to the ocean. Let me sail.
Frogman.
The open sea.
Frogman.
To breathe the warm and salty air and dream of things to be.
Baby, I'm a proud man.
Here in Samo, for all you St. Monica's or Santa
Frogman.
Monica High people or foreigners
Frogman.
from outside the city and state, welcome to a very special version of the Petros and Money Show, a sports talk radio freak show. Where
Great
we do
sports talk.
honor the Pacific Ocean and the poison and dry Santa Monica Bay, which was often patrolled by Mike Nelson, played by Lloyd Bridges in Seahawks.
Suddenly, an anchor came crashing down from topside, missed me by inches. The man on the anchor line grinned at me playfully. It wasn't funny. Underwater is no place for practical jokes.
Damn right.
If I could have talked, I'd have chewed him out right there.
Right there, but I was underwater, so I couldn't.
I can't say it.
What am I supposed to do? A regulator in my mouth, for God's sakes.
What do we got, Ronnie?
What, are you nuts?
Bill Black.
Oh, Bill.
Against the Florida. You know what that's like these days? You got the effing Navy everywhere. You got Frogmen.
Frogman.
You got EC2s with the satellite tracking. You got the effing Bell 209 assault choppers up the ass. We're losing 1 out of every 9 loads. That's no duck walk anymore, let me tell ya. Forget about the money. What do you suggest that is reasonable?
C-Lab here in this area. Oh, they hit the factory hard.
Hard.
You can see they got the takeout bag.
Is that what that is?
Over on the left side. Yeah.
It's like, I thought those two ladies were with the Pringles.
No, they're
They had the Pringles color combo.
they're on their own,
But
Matt.
they're coming from the factory.
Just like we're on our own inside the KFI huddle. We just took the handoff from Gary and Shannon, who went off the air about an hour ago on KFI. The great Tim Conway Jr. is going to be on next. But, Matt, we are here live from the 3rd Street Promenade for our 3 hours of great sports talk.
Very
today.
excited. It is
Great
the
sports
Tailgate
talk.
Tour is what they're calling it. And the Tailgate Tour means you start here at 3rd and Broadway, make your way all the way down the promenade. You described it perfectly as a Times Square style in New York City here. We got booths. We got giveaways. We got mascots running around. I took a walk about 3 blocks down, P. And
Yeah, you made sure the Puzzle Zoo was still there.
Puzzle Zoo still there.
Now, the Midnight Special Bookstore is gone.
Long gone. The Broadway AMC, where we staged a walkout for love crimes and demanded our money back from that Eric Roberts feature, is right there, still alive.
You know what movie I saw there, aside from Saving Private Ryan? I saw the Drew Barrymore, where she's Cinderella movie, Ever After.
Never heard of it.
Tell me a fable. It was pretty good. I saw it there with a girl. There's a lot going on here, Matt, but the Broadway Deli is now a Lululemon. But across the street, we are promoting Cult.
C-U-L-T. Fire.
Nobody understands the reference anymore.
Smokestack lightning. Yeah, it's right there.
Too bad.
That's Cult. Enjoy yourselves a nice designer cocktail or coffee at Colt. And they're going to be open for the 3 hours that we're on from 3 to 6 p.m. Vic?
That's right. And we still have a couple weird newshound KFI types that are waiting for Tim Conway Jr.'s show to start.
We got someone to keep an eye on us and protect us. No, he's leaving.
No. This is the interesting part. I did check on this. And for the very first time ever in the history of the Petros and Money show, even though, full disclosure, our show often attracts maybe 4 to 5 times more people than some other remotes that do have security, Matt and I have been provided not only security, but the greatest security, strong-arming Dana Mundy.
We got muscle today.
And he will choke people and remove their Adam's apple in a blink of an eye and show it to them like a coin. And we never get that. It's only for KFI because of their political nature and John and Ken, let's be honest.
Mostly that's where it comes from.
But because there's a KFI bookend situation going on here, Matt, we have security in the great Dana Mundy, and we could not be more grateful as a show.
So even though there is a stairway right in front of the stage, don't step to us.
Ever.
He will knock your ass down like you're on the banks of a creek in Roadhouse. He will tear your throat out.
Yeah, a great South Bay man from a great South Bay family of record. Fabulous athletes, some more celebrated than others. The great Dana Mundy, our security today, ladies and gentlemen. Canned applause, please, Matt, because we have kind of an interest. For us, it's an interesting.
Well, we got the dueling DJs. People are confused. There's free giveaways. They're passing out free booze. The Pringles guy is throwing cans at people's heads for them to enjoy some chips.
We're down here between the buttholes of the dinosaurs.
That's exactly right.
If you want to find us, you look for the buttholes of the 2 dinosaurs.
We're right between them.
Do you ever drive by what's it called? The one with the bull. We did a thing for him. El Torito. Is that it?
El Torito?
Was it the one with the bull in the front? We've done the Mexican restaurant. That's it, right? Why is the bull's butthole facing the street always? You know what I'm saying? When you go to the El Torito, you drive up and they have the bull facing the wrong way. So you roll up and it's butts right in your face. And that's kind of the same situation with us between, I believe, the Stegosaurus and the Triceratops here. That's good dinosaur knowledge, if I say so myself.
Were you a paleontologist in a previous life? Because that is incredible.
I saw Jurassic Park.
Oh, my God.
Let's get prehistoric, y'all.
Oh,
I was waiting for Vic to chime in.
I almost swore, Vic. That's how excited I was. I almost dropped an S.
Yeah.
Prehistoric, man. Listen, this is the largest free tailgate event.
That's what it says on the paper.
In the City of Angels, man.
That's our guy.
Yeah, I love that guy.
Acid Wash Jeans was dancing like crazy.
Go ahead, Vic.
Crazy stuff. So loving the fact that this is a great free experience for the fans.
You should come down, Vic.
Santa Monica, buttressed to Mother Ocean.
Buttressed by the 2 dinosaur buttholes.
And the 3rd Street Promenade. This is one of the most famous, business alleys of ecstasy in America today. And it's free and it's fabulous. And Petros and Money live. Come on.
That's right. It's the Tailgate Tour, Vic. And when we were walking the streets, we saw a contingency of Bengals boosters camped out at Barney's Beanery. Oh, the alliteration.
Oh, who they?
Who they?
Oh, who they?
They gonna be the Bengals.
Oh,
who they?
Who they? Very exciting. The Super Bowl fever has reached an almost pandemic-like pitch. Too soon?
Yes, too soon.
We have some sponsors.
We do. You already mentioned Colt, and Vic already mentioned that it's the largest free outdoor football event in Los Angeles. A couple blocks down, the Chargers are set up. They got a bunch of photo opportunities. They got a bunch of games for the kids. Mike Davis, corner's going to join them a little bit later.
Oh, for real?
Oh, for real. Mikey Quince. And here at AM 570, we want to remind you that this broadcast is brought to you by the Genesis Invitational because the PGA Tour comes to town next week at Riviera, and you can experience that excitement on and off the course. Get your tickets today at genesisinvitational.com. We have a couple other stickers to put on this car as it rounds the turn.
Yeah, what do you got, man?
Well, remember that we are.
I should have printed out 2 of those. I'm sorry.
That's right.
No, my bad.
I got it digitally. We are your home of the Super Bowl. Our pregame starts at 11 a.m. Super Bowl 56, live from SoFi Stadium. Kevin Harlan going to join us at the back end of this hour, the play-by-play voice of the Super Bowl, here on AM 570 LA
Kevin
Sports.
Harlan is the weekly guest an hour after me on the Dave Softy Mahler.
Is that right?
Yeah, up on Seattle.
They get Harlan as a weekly?
He's a weekly.
They must have a hell of a budget.
Yeah, Softy and him are very close. So they.
He's the best. The best of the best. It'll be him and Kurt Warner on the call, the former Rams Super Bowl MVP. I think he was the MVP. I don't know if he deserved the MVP of the Super Bowl. Wasn't that like a 17-13 game or something like that? But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
I mean, really? You're going to disparage the man?
I was just thinking about it. So he will be on the call with Kurt Warner, and the coverage of that Super Bowl is brought to you by Alignment Health. It is brought to you by Bonds Albertsons, and it is brought to you by Infinity. How about those stickers on the car?
That's right, Matt. And the big game is just 2 days away. It's time to stock up and get ready for your party with Zing Zang. Zing Zang has margaritas, Bloody Marys, and bourbon sours ready to drink tonight or tomorrow morning. Go to zingzang.com to find out where to stock up. Please Zing Zang responsibly. Matt, we've been going back and forth with the show before us, which only excites them and makes them feel like they're getting our
traction,
our goat a little bit, so to speak. But I couldn't help but hear that Fred Rogan said that he took it to us and put us in our place, and Ronnie was kind of cheering him on.
Ronnie was cheering him on?
I don't know. You might want to ask Ronnie.
Ronnie was like,
I'm not sure.
I don't crack easy under pressure.
Get him, Fred.
I don't know. Ronnie, can you, because yesterday Fred gave it to us too early, and then today he reacted.
And he went late.
Yeah.
It's 3:04. All these people standing here waiting. We got hundreds of people out here at 3rd Street Promenade. They want great sports talk, and we're standing around.
He did the complete opposite thing.
Holding our D's in our hand.
Yeah. I mean, what if some Hollywood producer was walking by in that moment, and we could have grabbed him with the beginning of the show and the Frogman Friday, but by this time now he's all the way down at the Puzzle Zoo, and we've missed our opportunity to be stars. And that's because Fred went too long with Barry from Barry's Tickets, and you cheered him on, didn't you, Ronnie?
Well, I think we'll have to check the tape on that one because I do not recall cheering anybody.
Well, what do you recall about Fred talking about us, Ronnie? What do you recall? I'm not asking you to be a narc. I'm just asking you to report.
Nothing. He just came out and said that, I called yesterday and let them have it. I am tired of it. That was all it was.
Was it a quick aside or was it a topic, Ronnie? Was it a quick aside or a topic?
I heard he went on and on.
It was a topic?
Yeah, he wrote. Fred wrote on it. Like he had to write something because he felt like he really had something.
Fred had something to get off of his chest, and he did that.
Did you hear it, Vic? What he needs to get off of his chest is his freaking afro chest hair.
I did not. It was not involved in that mix.
You didn't hear about it?
You're lucky you weren't involved in it.
Fred's chest hair looks like Spanish moss in the Candle Key in Florida. Woo! Yeah, take that, Fred. You're a little loopy today, Vic. What'd you take, a Xanax? What's going on with you?
He's got a big nitrous tank at home.
Look, I'm electric. I'm blissed out. Super Bowl weeks are so especial. They're so unbelievable. The world coming to Ciudad is just.
Oh, you should see the 3rd Street Promenade, Vic.
Englewood is on the map for all to see. The transformation of Englewood.
You want to talk about putting something out there for people to see. Let me tell you right now. Well, it's transformation for like 5 city blocks. It's maybe a little bit early for transfer. Now, look, the local businesses are going to be frequented. When I was driving up Century, I saw some lines. It was great.
The line at the Sizzler is
absolutely. So, no doubt, we appreciate that.
I did see a bit of a gentrification video that's
not good.
This morning. Well, it was somebody saying what's happened in Englewood, and she was like, "Hello, look at Englewood. They could build a Starbucks. Check it out."
Oh, yeah, there's a Starbucks on the corner of Prairie and
Yeah,
Century.
one there before.
It's a good one.
Yeah, it was kind of like that. I was like, "Don't be parking up in the hood in front of somebody's lawn because the homies will steal your car." It was that kind of gentrification video. But yeah, it's a very exciting time for the city, Vic. I mean, Englewood is on the map, and everybody sees Matt's favorite motor inns.
That's exactly right.
Up and down Prairie, up and down Century.
Babe, I booked us a room less than a mile from SoFi, and it's only $60 a night.
What I hope is that somebody gets one of those cool E&G cameras that they use for the NFL games or college football games, so they go out and get a little flavor of the community before the game. Can we get a drive down Century and a little bit of a cameo? I'm not asking for a lot, just a little bit of a cameo for Newts.
Is that still there?
I don't know, but
think it
maybe
is.
the sign is. Maybe
Does anybody know?
Anyone? I mean, because that would really be a vibe about the city of Los Angeles that we're missing out on. Some people are concentrating on Clark Gable. Some people are coming to the Times Square of Los Angeles, 3rd Street Promenade. Some people, like Vic, refuse to leave their home. But we all have a place
it's
here.
It's a real mix.
Super weak Los Angeles.
It's a real mix.
It's amazing. It's an amazing vibration. And you're in it, and sometimes you're so immersed in it that you don't get the full,
You know, Pete, it was always. I'm sorry, Vic. I'm just going to jump in here. Vic, I'm going to jump in real quick.
Vic's talking about what a great thing it is, man. How could you dismiss that?
It was always a decision to be made, right? Do you want to pull into nudes, or do you want to pull into this is what I was looking forward to?
What do you
all
want?
the things that I wanted more than anything.
It's
it was,
even harder now with the mask. It's like I'm wearing headphones and I couldn't understand you in the first place, but now with the mask and the headphones,
we can't reach your lips either.
There you are.
She wants to give you a foam finger that makes you the number one fan.
Oh, wow.
I thought I was the number one fan.
Yeah.
But alas, Petra is very nice of you. Thank you. Normally people come to us and ask for free stuff.
I
You
appreciate
passed it on
you.
to us. Thank you very much.
It's Ronnie's favorite rum.
Captain Morgan. By the way, last night they had a category on Jeopardy.
This is almost as big as my hand is in real life.
I think it's for a child, which makes sense. Indoctrinate them early. They had
to rum.
They had a category on rum on Jeopardy last night, and the hardest question was: this rum comes in a variety of flavors, of which coconut is the most popular.
Malibu,
right? How is that the $2,000 question? Do they anticipate that no drunks go on Jeopardy? What the hell kind of question is
You
that?
ask me a question about Malibu rum on 3rd Street Promenade? What do you think? I'm freaking? You think I'm stupid? You think I'm from Manhattan, Kansas? Some kind of rube? My God in heaven, what am I, new?
Right now, someone in the back row just went, "Hey, we're from
Hey,
Manhattan. What the hell's wrong with that? you
Wildcats, the Little Apple, Aggieville. All right, Vic. What other kind of? Matt interrupted you. You were off on a
jerk?" He was
dive.
just talking about how great it is to be out here.
You were using
We're the ones
platitudes.
out here.
Come on, use your platitudes, Vic.
In the moment, man. We are so in the moment with this madness. It's
I'll
such a
be in the
beautiful
moment, Vic.
madness.
I'll
It's a
take you to the moment.
beautiful madness. I just want to
We'll be the judge
say,
of that, Vic.
feeling you to all in Santa Monica, all in Ciudad, enjoying so many fruits of Los Angeles, and we are so happy for our fruits to be blossoming for you in this incredible
Is that your Ring
time.
app, Vic? Is somebody at your door?
No, this is
Sounded like the Ring app to me.
Pure vibe.
Maybe it was
Pure
my phone.
vibe. Pure vibe.
Somebody
man.
at your door?
It was. Hey, beat it. I'm upstairs working.
Upstairs? Upstairs, 3rd Street Promenade
Exactly.
work.
Shh, don't tell them. Shh.
Working the streets, the Petros and Money Show with the stocking on our leg and our calf in the gutter.
Who else is on the show today? We have Eric Dickerson, right? At
Eric
4:30.
Dickerson, Kevin Harlan.
And Tim Conway.
And Tim Conway Jr. And
I think that's it.
Littering and
That's star-studded. Star-studded.
Littering and
And hold on. And Austin Eckler.
Go to break,
There we
Ronnie.
go, Austin Eckler.
See, I knew there was somebody else. That's because we're at the Bolt Bash. Ronnie, we're done, and we will be right back with more from the 3rd Street Promenade. We're off and running. 2.5 hours more of great sports talk to go. In the very next segment, Matt and I will look deep into the history of West Side PMS. Almost as lavish and storied as the history of Santa Monica itself,
Is that right?
where William Holden fell and hit his head and died in one of these high rises on Ocean. Pour one out for Bill Holden.
at 3rd Street Promenade. And P, we forgot to mention the YouTube stream is live. And if you go right now to youtube.com and the AM 570 LA Sports channel, you will see the lovely couple, Jack and Pam, right in front of us because we got a crowd cam today.
Tell you a little story about Jack and Pam.
Tell you a story about Jack and Pam.
They're two great American kids.
Oh, yeah. Living in, well, not really the heartland, but
the heartland of the Promenade.
That's exactly right.
Broadway and beautiful 3rd Street in Santa Monica, California. Matt, we're here for the Bolt Bash. We will have Austin Eckler at 5 o'clock. The very next segment will feature the guy calling the game on national radio, one of the best play-by-play men of all time, Kevin Harlan, who is going to be calling the game right here on our air.
But we forgot to mention it. It is so important to us, the YouTube stream, to be strong and plentiful and bountiful. And that's what we are working towards. So youtube.com.
Sorry about that,
AM
guys.
570 LA Sports. We got a 3-camera shoot, and we got a crowd camera. Let's go. That dude came to see us at Legends.
Hey, hello, sir.
With his ex-girlfriend. He's in town from Portland. Serendipity would have it that we're here to say hello to him yet again.
Why are you still hanging out with the ex? Oh, no,
Not
no,
anymore.
good.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
He's got
Good.
Rachel with him now.
Yeah, I like that one.
That's exactly
No,
right.
Good. That's good.
Love that.
Moving up.
Ride him in. We will have Kevin Harlan in our next segment. Eric Dickerson in the next hour. We'd love to see you. It is the Tailgate Tour, the largest free outdoor party affiliated with Super Bowl 56. The Rams booth is right next to us. The Chargers booth is down the street. All the Bengals boosters are at Barney's Beanery.
And we have some Ramalama Ding Dongs.
Sure do.
Here. We have a
hey, whose house?
Ram's house.
That's exactly right. Ram's house.
And then there's another Ram guy. I like that Ram head, the old school Ram head shirt.
It's a good one.
And then we have the Ram head guy, and then we have the Ram head foam finger lady. So we're not sweating it. We got a lot of friends.
For us.
It might be time to talk about the Petros and Money show history here in the beautiful city
West Side
of Santa Monica. West Side PMS
Buenos dias.
is something that does not often happen for good reason. The west side of our town is riddled with traffic lights, and posers.
Limited parking.
And limited parking.
Yeah, you like that one, right? That's right,
my dear.
Limited parking, huh?
Yeah, you parked in the caves of wonder back there, I know. But that being said, we have made it out to the west side, and it should be said, Matt, including our very, very special 30-minute interview with Tiger Woods, still available on YouTube.
Oh, that's a good one.
We do get out here a lot, and we have been to Riviera, and they are a sponsor for this general event.
That's exactly right. All of our Super Bowl coverage is brought to you by a number of partners. We appreciate all of them. But this particular appearance, this broadcast that you are watching on YouTube, and oh, yeah, we are now in triple digits, my friend. And
yeah.
It is climbing quickly. It is all brought to you by the Genesis Invitational, and it's out here next week. We recommend it every single year. Get your tickets. Just walk the grounds. The beautiful Riviera Country Club. Not to mention, it's the top stores of the PGA. Well, if it was a lot of stores out there, it'd be weird.
Well, they do have a club, the club shop.
They do have the club shop. You can buy some stuff and impress your friends. But the stars are all out for the PGA Tour. Stop at Riviera, Genesis Invitational. You can get your tickets at genesisinvitational.com.
Yes,
Plug.
Matt. Now, many years ago, my very first radio show that I ever worked, only because I was filling in for Fred. It was my very first job hosting a radio show. Was here in Santa Monica at a station called 1540 The Ticket, which went Korean and then became a Spanish language news. But before I would go to do the show, because Fred was doing the Olympics, I would prepare the show at that Broadway deli, which is now, Matt,
a Lululemon.
A Lululemon.
Unfortunate. Broadway deli was fantastic.
History is history. They had a great knockwurst, and I'll miss it. But that is part of our history. Even before that, as a young man in the Bay League competing for Peninsula High, well, when we played football against Santa Monica High, we would play at Santa Monica City College, which is still the practice to this day. However, as a track and field athlete, my hammy blew, just blew like the Titanic into the iceberg. Pow! On Pico over here on the 4x1. And I got to be honest, Matt, self-report. Didn't finish the race.
I thought you were a fighter.
I was, but my coach just said, get off the track. And I did. I just followed his advice. Now, at least 12 years ago, Matt and I did a radio show live from what used to be the Pritikin, the most high-class fat farm in the West Coast, right on the end of Pico. Now the Casa del Mar Hotel, a luxurious place. Maybe the nicest hotel Matt and I have ever done our show from. We did our show from the Casa del Mar. Ethier was on that day. I don't remember why we were there or what we were promoting.
We were pushing the Casa del Mar. It was a partnership. The only thing I can assume is that Dave Weiss had a new girlfriend, and he was looking to get a free suite, and he swapped out a Petros and Money broadcast so he can get a free room.
Did you sleep there
at the
that
Casa
night?
del Mar?
No, I didn't.
I stayed. Remember, that's the story.
Matt tried to steal
I did not try to steal the
a
pineapple.
golden pineapple.
There was a drink that was served to my wife in a fancy pineapple. We took it to the room, and we were accosted in the middle of the night telling us we couldn't take it unless we gave him $50.
Matt tried to steal the golden fleece from Pontic, Greece, and he got in trouble.
I did.
So that's what you get for that. That was at least 12 years ago. I mean, these things have happened very few and far between. I mean, we've been to Vegas more than we've been to Santa Monica.
Tried to kill us. They sent us to Vegas.
Now, the second to last time we were here was the Chargers draft.
Right there on the pier.
Right on the Santa Monica Pier, which is, I don't know, like if you're from an Angelino and you say, well, like, where do you not want to go? You flip the coin, right? It's either here or the pier. I mean, it's like, go ahead and shoot if there's a gun to your head. Like, but that's where we were at the Santa Monica Pier, roped off, and I believe that was the Tillery party. That's when
year before they drafted. It was the year they drafted Jerry Tillery.
That's right. The Notre Dame.
Night.
Yeah, the Notre Dame defensive line.
Following their 12-4 season, the win over Baltimore in the wild card round, there was a lot of excitement.
Oh, God, man.
The pier was packed.
Anthony Lynn was fired a year later.
Two, I think.
Very upsetting.
Yeah, it was.
But we were there, and I can't remember anything about that party at the pier other than they had like one of those kind of cheesy sort of wedding bands like open the Clipper Stadium. And there was a guy, I don't know if he was a homeless guy or what, but he was
he was touched, and he was screaming at us the whole time to let him in.
He wanted to play his guitar.
He wanted to play his guitar on our radio show. He needed us to let him in. I also remember.
So we were trying to like do our thing, like, all right, let's get to it. The number of the day, and he was like, "Let me in, let me have it.
And then
I want my time."
He MF'd us as they dragged him away.
Yeah, that was.
You guys are really about the people.
He really had like a "Don't tase me, bro" kind of moment. It was really
100%.
And that was like, well, what are we doing? Like, why do we come out here? And
for this
today we're here, and
this is great.
I gotta say, there's those Winklevoss brothers, the guys from
this great?
The Winklevosses are here. We got the double dinosaur buttholes, and I mean, we could not be happier. Hello, Houday, Houday, Houday. Yeah, Houday, yeah. Let's go.
They're going to the Bengal party.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Wasn't that guy in Juneau?
Yeah, that's a guy. I don't know how these people communicate with each other other than just saying, "Go Rams!" And then the Houday people are like, "Houday!"
Come on now.
And they
they
just
don't say
and
"Go
forth.
Rams." They say "Whose house?"
I haven't heard you guys say that yet.
He's got a shirt on that says it.
I guess he's saying it.
It just signals it
with his. Oh, now look, there's a guy with a
Nerf gun.
Oh wow.
He's going to want you to pay him to do things.
You know what I'm telling you? Those people are paid actors, just like Shanae and The Bachelor.
Very imposing. They got a very imposing figure.
Hey, you know what? That is kind of frightening, though.
Right?
Like we wouldn't
faceless.
You wouldn't think much about that, before the pandemic. But now you see two guys like that, you wonder, what's going on?
TikTok. That's what's going on.
What'd you do all day?
That's what I see there. I see TikTok.
I looked through an orange face mask. Did you get a shot of that? That's on YouTube too. All right. Well, that is our history in the West Side. It is sparse. I mean, we've had a lot of social history in the West Side. I mean,
Certainly.
we all do. Who hasn't woke up at the Viceroy and not knowing, what happened to him with a, feels like an owl crapped in your mouth. We've all been there. But I'm just talking about professionally. Santa Monica's not a place for professionals.
Amateurs.
And we're professionals.
Tourists.
And, that's why we brought professional
We're
security.
here to welcome them all.
That's right, Matt.
We appreciate them.
We're an all-inclusive show.
This guy's here for us.
Nobody appreciates other people more than us from other areas.
Well put. Well put.
Right?
And we'll do it for the next 2 hours in 10 minutes.
All right, Ronnie. We'll be right back.
Got to make way for Kevin Harlan.
Got to make way for BYU.
Exactly right. Kevin Harlan will be on the call, the voice of the Super Bowl. You'll hear him right here.
I saw that Swingers was open still.
It is?
Looks like it's fallen on hard
I can
time.
imagine. I would have never imagined that survived.
Swingers.
But then again, I didn't think that anthropology would survive. And yet there it is.
come
Go
on.
get yourself a $30 candle.
You could register for a wedding there.
Is that right? If only Gotham was still open. The times we could have.
Gotham Hall?
Gotham Hall.
We'll be right back with more PM.
All right, guys, you're clear. LASEC coming up in 30 seconds here.
Joe Burrow.
They're doubling us up here.
The LA
So it'll be LASEC and Bergener separated by 30.
This Sunday, 11 a.m.
In your house, this beautiful SoFi Stadium.
Los Angeles.
City of Champions, man.
Don't miss a moment of the act.
Petros and Money, AM 570, LA Sports, live everywhere on the iHeart Radio app. We are live on location, 3rd Street Promenade. It is the Tailgate Tour. And a huge thank you to all the folks that have turned out. We'll be here until 6 p.m. Then we'll hand it over to Tim Conway Jr. We followed Gary and Shannon. They had 4 hours of great radio, and we will have 3 here. Austin Eckler is going to join us at 5. We will have Eric Dickerson at 4:30. And again, we will have great sports talk between now and then. Ronnie, are we good, by the way? Are we good here? Kevin Harlan is going to be on the call. We are not yet good. Kevin Harlan's going to be on the call for Super Bowl 56. We are at home for Super Bowl 56.
Bob, are we ready?
Bob, are we ready?
Bob,
are we ready?
And then that answer?
We're not ready.
Not ready.
But we will be in a matter of moments. See, now this is how obscure and awesome we are. I thought that was the Natty Bo guy from National Bohemian, the great beer from Baltimore.
The question is, who stole it from who?
Oh, for sure, Pringle stole it.
I'm assuming.
But either way, no, you look good. Look.
It's a different thing. It's booze.
Everybody respects Mr. Pringle.
I don't think he's ever seen the Natty Bo guy, or he'd know what we're talking about.
But I will say this, Mr. Pringle, your whole, aged sweatpants and jumper look, you should go with more of an Orville Redenbacher kind of a formal thing. I know we're by the beach and all that, but look, everybody's got an opinion. Sorry. Everybody's a critic. Matt, I'll tell you what, though, we're still on YouTube, and you can watch us interview somebody on a phone in a matter of moments.
That's exactly right. YouTube.com. You hit up the AM 570 LA Sports feed, and we have a crowd cam, so you would see Mr. Pringle walking by.
Oh, we're on Mr. Pringle.
With his fancy strut. Is he wearing a sport coat? He is wearing a sport coat.
No, it's a sweat. It's a jumper. He's got like a sweat look, but it's more of like a 90s.
Yeah.
It's like he's in a video for Color Me Bad.
Well, it's kind of like he didn't know what he wants to do.
Yeah.
Is it a sweatpants? Is it a sweatsuit?
Well, I know what he's got going.
I know what you're saying.
He's like a guy with 25 outfits and a mic check. He's like a rapper.
Right.
I adore me more. Come on, Mr. Pringle.
He needs a bow tie. I mean, the bow tie dots the eye in the Pringles can.
Once you pop.
It's an iconic tie.
You know what they say? Once you pop.
You just can't.
Stop.
Exactly right.
Which is advocating addiction, by the way, Mr. Pringle.
Oh, there he is on the YouTube feed.
Yeah, there's Mr. Pringle coming back for his shine. You're lucky Kevin Harlan's late calling, you freak.
Kurt Warner will be the call.
Oh, Mr. Pringle.
Did he flip you off?
Oh,
Did he Mr. Met
Well,
you?
he gave me the half one. Oh, Mr. Pringle.
Oh, you're going to get fired.
Oh, no, Mr. Oh, God.
Mr. Pringle. Oh, and now he's giving you the, I'm so scared.
He's giving me the Wendy Williams neck.
Like he can adjust his eyebrows.
Mr. Pringle. Oh, God. I never. So what happened out there? I got in a fight with the anthropomorphic Pringles man.
I took the bait. I gave the Pringle man free pub. I took the bait.
Where's your monocle?
Damn it, I took the bait.
Freaking Mr. Pringle. Wrecking our show.
Right.
Coming around here with your big mustache, acting like you're better than us. Those aren't even real potatoes.
You know what? You're right. There was a lawsuit about that. There was a class action lawsuit, as a matter of fact. You're absolutely right. What am I saying? Here it is. Alignment Health Plan Infinity Albertsons Vons is what our Super Bowl coverage is brought to you by. It'll be a 3:30 p.m. kick and 11 a.m. pregame with Kevin Harlan and Kurt Warner. Our tailgate tour, though, we have got giveaways. That's what I was thinking. Yes, exactly.
Why don't you give something away right now?
I'm going to do it right now.
Because Kevin Harlan is officially on the clock.
Oh,
I don't crack easy under pressure.
And he is officially late.
We're efforting Kevin Harlan now. Efforting.
It's no sweat off of me, man. We're here at the 3rd Street Promenade. Show's blowing up. There's Eric Lawrence.
Where?
Right there.
Ah, there he is.
With
KCRW forever.
With the Pioneer Chicken Stand T-shirt on. Hello, sir. Hello. How are you? That's a wonderful. I like that sweatshirt.
All right. There's the crappy.
The waffle man.
All right. Here it is. The lids.
The lids.
Lids. Here we go. We got a $50 gift card to Lids is what we got. Get yourself all that great gear for the Super Bowl. If you're a big Dodger fan. Weiss. Dave Weiss, Smarmy Promotions guy. How am I giving away the Lids gift card? Am I just throwing it out there? What are we doing?
Whoa.
All right.
Yeah.
It's really coming off the rails. Harlan, Where the hell are you?
It's all right.
It's an electronic gift card. We are free to give it away however we'd like.
All right. Well, it looks
what should
like
we do?
It looks like we've been snubbed by Kevin Harlan, who we've been promoting all week long, and it hurts. It stings.
It's a real kick to the balls.
It stings and it hurts.
I'm not going to lie.
Because we really do feel like we had some good momentum. But then again, at the same time, do all these people sitting here want to watch us interview another blowhard play-by-play guy with a big voice?
How dare you?
I mean, we already got one. We got one. We're good. We got a play-by-play guy with a big voice.
I mean, come on. It's Kevin Harlan.
He's
the best play-by-play man in the business.
You can scream right between the eyes with your deep voice just as good as anybody
There's
else.
a man on the field, and he's drunk. I mean, come on. It's Kevin Harlan.
There's a club, and you want to go.
And you go on your own.
But, hey, did you guys get the Pringles guy flipping me off? I don't want.
You got it on camera?
I don't want to get Pringles fired.
No, we're not cancel culture here on the Petros and Money show.
I was trying to have fun with the Pringles guy, even though he was appropriating the colors of the 1990 Chicago Bulls. And that's that their success, trying to piggyback their success as Pringles, I think is kind of a low blow. Is that the intro music for Kevin Harlan, Ronnie?
Is that the knock on the door? Is Kevin Harlan at the door? Was that a knock on the door?
Bob, are we ready? Bob?
Bob, are we ready?
Bob?
Bob, are we ready?
Bob?
The answer?
We're not ready.
Now, do you think that Pringles guy right now is inside that suit?
Freaking out.
Just going like, that's it?
I don't know what came over
I
me.
had it. I had the gig. And that freaking fat idiot that looked like one of the Herculoids sitting up on that stage at 3rd Street Promenade.
He got my goat.
He got me going, and I flipped him off. And, his fingers are too thick to really do it, right? Because he's a Pringles guy. He's got the big-ass Mickey Mouse
He's only
glove.
got 3 fingers.
So he had to bring the arm and the arm. And no one, is that, if Mr. Met did that, would he have been fired?
No, I think it's more, the great thing is.
Because this is more acceptable.
You being a Greek, it's very European.
Well, see, in Europe, in Greece, Europe, they have the tooth and they have a few
bite
things.
The hand.
In Athens, it's actually the slur, the hand gesture that is so offensive. In Athens, it is outlawed. It's called the munzo, which is a curse that you throw with your hand like this, or sometimes like this. And I asked my grandma what it was, and she said it's like 2 fistfuls of crap, like this, or you cross. And that became so offensive in the general Athens area in Greece.
Lead to many fights.
You can't give the munzo in the streets. If you're seen, it stops traffic and they get out and argue. They won't fight because they're,
European.
But it is an illegal thing. We don't get in trouble in America for this.
I feel like we do. Mr. Met got fired for that.
Well, Mr. Met did,
Mr. Met got fired
but not
for
just
that.
walking the streets.
Well, I mean, think about how many players have been fined, have been suspended. Remember the dude that owned Bud Adams, who owned the Tennessee Titans, leaned out of his box and gave a middle finger to a fan, and that was that.
Yeah.
He had to have a talking to.
And, there's differences in the middle finger. If you got your thumb out, sometimes it's more, it's friendly. It's like a girl doing it to you.
Well, when you got your thumb out, you're going to blow that middle
finger. You know what I mean? No, you can blow it up. But if you're gripping your fingers and you're really bringing that finger up like a tower, like here in beautiful Santa Monica, it can really offend people.
What if I want to crank it up?
And that's what that's a little more, let's
really get after
that takes some time.
It really does.
You're really trying to hold,
setting it up.
You're trying to hold somebody's attention.
Yeah, you want to find it in your pocket too. You can do that. Dig around for it.
But that doesn't change the fact that even though Kevin Harlan, he's not a Karen, even though Kevin Harlan has blown us off, we still got a bad gesture from the Pringles guy. And I wonder right now if the Pringles guy is going to go back to his apartment like the dude in Swingers and just be devastated.
I don't think he's going to come back our way. I don't think he's going to come back our way. And we're going to break.
Oh, he better.
I can hear the music.
I can't hear anything.
I can hear the music. Because Kevin Harlan didn't call. We got out early. We cut our West Side roll call.
I mean, we had so many stories to tell.
We did.
By the way, Matt, corrections and retractions.
What do we do now? Damn it.
Charge your badge here.
Corrections and retractions.
Swing. 570 LA Sports, we have got Super Week in Los Angeles covered from Hollywood Park all the way to 3rd Street Promenade, from the desert to the sea, for all of Southern California. AM 570 LA Sports and Super Week Los Angeles. Wow, it's here. On AM 570 LA Sports, we have got Super Week in Los Angeles covered from Hollywood Park all the way to 3rd Street Promenade, from the desert to the sea, for all of Southern California. AM 570 LA Sports and Super Week Los Angeles. Wow, it's here. On AM 570 LA Sports, we have got Super Week in Los Angeles covered from Hollywood Park all the way to 3rd Street Promenade, from the desert to the sea, for all of Southern California. AM 570 LA Sports and Super Week Los Angeles. Wow, it's here.
Scenario.
Petros Papadakis.
What am I doing here? I'm humiliated.
Available on the iHeartRadio app.
Now online at am570lasports.com.
This is Petros and Money.
It's better to be sick of life than to not have a life.
Indeed.
Well, you know, there's a lot of downtrodden people out here.
Petros and Money. AM 570 LA Sports live on location, the Tailgate Tour. We are in Santa Monica on 3rd Street Promenade. It is the largest outdoor free football event in Los Angeles. Free food and drink samples, the inflatable games for the kids, the live DJs, Rams, Chargers, photo ops, and more. We saw the Bengals boosters. They are hanging out at Barney's Beanery. We are at the start of 3rd Street Promenade on the corner of 3rd and Broadway. We'd love to see you. If you can't make it out, join us virtually through YouTube. YouTube.com, the AM 570 LA Sports feed. And joining us, P.
On the Chevy Silverado Celebrity Hotline, pregame starts at 11, kickoff from SoFi at 3:30. Kevin Harlan and Kurt Warner on the call, right between the eyes. And our coverage of the big game is brought to you by Alignment Health Plan, Infinity, and Albertson Bonds. Kevin Harlan, one of the finest play-by-play men in the world. That's the truth. And unlike many play-by-play men, present company excluded, of course.
Of course.
He has a fabulous personality filled with wit and a self-effacing nature. And he joins us again on the Chevy Silverado Celebrity Hotline to chop it up about the big game, which to the purists should always be consumed on the radio.
Ain't that the truth?
What's cracking, Kevin? How are you?
How am I going to follow that? Because Matt, good to be on with you. Good to be on with you guys. Man, is your weather nice? Holy smokes! This is heaven out here. This is terrific. I'm glad I'm here.
Yeah,
glad to be on with you guys.
It is. It's an exceptionally nice week for weather. We do have to say that. It's not often like this this time of year, but it is this week, and it's gorgeous. Do you get nervous before calling the Super Bowl? I mean, you've done so much for so many years. Does this stuff faze you, or are you just enjoying it?
Well, you're always, your stomach turns a little bit, but not in a weird way, not in a bad way. It's just like you're excited. It's probably like Matt when he's getting ready to do the chart. You're excited to do the game, hoping that you've got your strong voice and your mind is quick, and some days you got to drag words off your tongue to get them out right. Other days they just fly out there, and it's like it's like nothing. So you hope you're in one of those days where you're just kind of letting it rip, and that's kind of how I look at Super Sunday. But if you thought about all the different people that listen literally all over the world on Armed Forces Radio or BBC and on our 700 plus stations in the country, and all the ships at sea, all that stuff, it probably drive you nuts. You just go, holy cow, what a responsibility. And it is. It's a huge responsibility, but I just think of doing the game and just making sure that I've got my my guys down, my I's dotted, my T's crossed, and I'm prepared. And I feel I am. But really, as Matt knows, radio it's all about the call. You can have all the little anecdotes you want. More times than not, they never get on. It's all about that touchdown call, or that big interception, or that game-turning play that hopefully you describe with the right words and the right voice and cadence and pacing and everything else to bring it to life to the people that are listening.
Kevin, just in terms of the two quarterbacks, because you wear so many hats, you've called so many games, I'm assuming that you've been in a room with Matthew Stafford a number of times before calling a Lions game, and the same, I would assume you've been in a room with Joe Burrow. Let's start with Matthew Stafford and how special this is for someone that was in Detroit for 12 seasons, had very little success, just 3 playoff games, all losses, to now be in this game, knowing what you know about him as a person.
I think he's an outstanding person. Our daughter went to the University of Georgia. Our youngest of our 3 daughters went to Georgia. So she knew his wife, and in a roundabout way knew Matthew. So I've heard stories about Matt throughout his whole life, career in the NFL, carrying that franchise, which never really won, and yet think of all the numbers he put up, and he's in the top 12 in the history of pro football in passing yards and passing touchdowns, which is remarkable for a team and an organization that had such little success. Now he comes to the perfect storm here in L.A. with the Rams, where he's got the coach that can design it, the players that can execute it, and he feels at 34 that he has seen everything. He product of what he's come through, what he's come out of, and that can only serve him well. And in Burrow, a lot of the same traits. You know, this guy was a national champion at LSU, undefeated record, SEC records, LSU passing records, number 1 overall pick, Heisman Trophy winner, goes to Cincinnati, good start, blows a knee, comes back 8 months later, and in his second year, leads him to a Super Bowl with a third-year head coach, you know, and a lot of well-spent money on the defensive side over the last 2 years. So I love the quarterback stories. I think they're both quality people, people you can get behind, and they really don't have anything. They're both leaders. I think they both demand a lot of the players around them, but both genuine, nice, really, really nice people. The leaders of in this business, Matt, you know this, Petros, you know this, that they've got that intangible that when they are around others, when they are trying to lead, it's a lot of listening and a lot of following, and they're leading the way. And that's how I kind of classify these two quarterbacks. They've got the same basic traits. They're both winners.
Kevin Harlan with us. You'll hear the call here on your home of Super Bowl 56, AM 570 LA Sports. He'll be on the call with Kurt Warner. Kurt has not been shy about his appreciation for the Dome, about a controlled atmosphere to play football in so you can see the best football from each of the teams and not have weather play a part in it. He wants to see each team's best in ideal conditions. What have you noticed about, because typically that's what you get in the Super Bowl. You get typically ideal conditions. I think about the game in Miami, the Bears Super Bowl, where it was a torrential rainstorm. But outside of that, we typically get perfect conditions. Do you notice a difference in the level of play in the Super Bowl compared to what you normally see in the regular season? Because as Petros asked you to start it off, do you get nervous? Do you see that from the players out there?
Well, I know a quarterback, the first thing a quarterback does, because I've worked with a lot of them, Trent Green or Rich Gannon or now Kurt Warner, Boomer Esiason. I've worked with all those guys in the last 5-6 years, and they said the first thing they did when they were on the road is open the curtain to look at the sky and check the weather, turn on the TV and what's the latest weather because of rain or wind or both or snow or cold or whatever it might be. And I guess, yeah, no, you want a perfect environment for the best to be displayed. That's what you wouldn't want weather to infringe on anything that these teams do well. You know, you think of the Ice Bowl in Green Bay, Cowboys and Packers, and clearly the cold made that game not aesthetically pleasing to watch. It was a grinded out kind of a lucky affair, and the Packers, as we know, won, and it was not a day where they played their best nor Dallas played their best. And consequently, you didn't see anything that resembled what should be a huge monumental game. So I would say when you play in an environment like this, you know, it brings out the best. Everything, the thing is equal, level playing field. And even though the Rams are in their stadium, it's not going to look like their stadium because of all the bunting and all the decoration the NFL does. It's not going to feel like their stadium because of a different selection of music and the different kind of things that go on in stadium. The in-stadium production completely different from what the Rams or the Chargers would do in that stadium. So the only thing that's going to look familiar is basically the field and maybe some of the configuration and the roof, the translucent roof. Aside from that, they're going to be in the visitors' locker room, and things are not going to be quite like they were for the Niners 2 weeks ago. It won't feel as much like a home game. And it's a corporate crowd, as we know, too. It's not the same atmosphere. But in terms of just environment, weather, yeah, I mean, you couldn't ask for a better setting in what is the premier stadium in all of pro football right now.
I'm going to defy the PR guy just really quick, Kevin, and ask you one more. We got to know, you have a great perspective nationally, beyond just the Super Bowl being here. How has football in L.A. worked out in your opinion? Obviously, the NFL wants to be here, and they've built a real Taj Mahal for it.
You've got a star quarterback, a historical quarterback in Stafford, who's taken in his first-year team to the Super Bowl. You've got a rising star who's every bit of what the Mahomes and the Burrows and the Josh Allens represent in their markets in Herbert. And it begins with the quarterback. It always does. It always will. In this city, have two glamour quarterbacks. So you could, and you've got a Charger team that is competitive and getting better, and a Rams team that is in the Super Bowl. I don't know that the NFL or the city could ask for much more than what they've got. I mean, it's the perfect storm. It's the glamour positions are filled. The teams are good. The stadium is perfect, and you've got a base that you draw from that extends miles in every direction, and they will come in to be a part of what is a very special experience at that stadium. So I think it's been an incredible win. The NFL Network has moved their studios out there. It's only getting better and more bustling around that stadium. We know the Clippers are going to build their new arena out in that area. So it's fantastic. It is a pleasure to come here. Now, listen, I like doing games at the Coliseum because of the history. But this stadium, I just said this on a station just a couple minutes ago, this stadium is the best stadium in the NFL. It is the best. Doesn't have the history of Lambeau, but Lambeau is a one-of-a-kind thing. But this is the best stadium in pro football right now.
Well, Kevin, we're excited to have you on the station. We'll have the Super Bowl with you and Kurt Warner. Pregame starts at 11, kickoff at 3:30. We know you're busy. You mentioned a station before us. I'm sure you got one to get to right now. Thanks for taking a few minutes out and sharing some thoughts and perspective on what we're going to hear Sunday come 3:30 p.m. We appreciate it. Thank you, Kevin.
Matt, thank you so much. Petros, nice to be on with you guys. Thank you very much, and enjoy the weekend. It looks like it's going to be another beauty here in Southern California.
It's going to be great.
Have a great call.
There he goes. Kevin Harlan will be on the call right here.
Wrap it up.
On AM 570 LA Search. Well, the reason we got to wrap it up.
Got to wrap.
Because we got to get to your word number song of the day.
Yeah, word of the day, Matt. We got to get the word of the day.
I think it was Ronnie who wanted to get the song in.
Was that Ronnie?
The word of the day.
I want to say this. I want to say the word of the day is Dr. Slay. I went to get the gas. My gas face taken off and the glass taken out of my foot from the TV screen that my son Fletcher took a hammer to. I had to get the glass removed.
I'm surprised you still have your foot.
From my foot this morning. It was touch and go there for a second, Matt. I went to see Dr. Bob at the Exeter Urgent Care on top of the hill at 8:45.
You go back up on the hill.
This morning. There is no one cooler than Dr. Bob Slay. He was an all-state triple option quarterback in South Carolina. He went to VMI, a dear friend of Pat Conroy who went to the Citadel.
Is that right?
Told me stories about Pat Conroy.
Squared up.
Now, while he was talking about the Citadel and the toughness of VMI and the Citadel, he shot me up in the bottom of my other foot, and it was not pleasant. And I've never had the bottom of my left foot shot with a giant needle before. Now, the right foot, about 55 times that I was awake for. And Dr. Bob dug out the glass like a miner at Knott's Berry Farm. He got in there, he dug it out. And then he gave me a copy of his book.
Okay.
The Buddy Diet, about eating to live and not living to eat.
Did you say, so what are you saying, Doc?
He said it's not because I'm fat. He's also given a copy to my father.
Saying, Doc?
He's also given a copy to my dad, who's a man in great health. Is that Angeline?
Yeah.
So thank you. PMS, Medicare.
Medicare?
Well,
I don't think it's Medicare.
Whatever.
Unless it was for your father.
What do we call the segment where we ask for medical help? PMS, Medicare, urgent care, telephone, where the people text in. Because I got a lot of suggestions yesterday.
I think you just thank the textoso.
A lot of people asked me, but there's a segment. We played the ER theme. It's got a name.
Okay. Medicare, touchy subject.
Well, they asked me if I was on Medicare, and I was like, and I asked my wife if I was.
My wife.
How old do you think you just
How do you know?
I don't think Angeline's even on Medicare.
Well, I looked, and I guess I'm not. But I went there, and I want to appreciate all the people. I want to say that I appreciate all the people that texted. A lot of people wanted me to amputate my good foot, which would leave me with one bad foot.
That's a rough go.
And I'm glad that I did not take that advice.
I feel like we're off the air. I love that Bert just looks at us and goes, we are. Is the YouTube stream still up? Dude, let's go. Let's do it for YouTube.
Poor Dr. Bob. He never got the love he deserved.
Yeah, do it for YouTube.
Isabel called me all night telling me to go to the emergency.
Yeah, she was Instagramming me through the night. Will you take care of Petros? I don't like you. You're not my friend, but Petros is, and I'm worried about him.
He's very upset.
I said, I think he's going to be all right.
So, like, if you decided to come to PMS today, you're some of the only people getting this great sports talk vibe.
you're watching on YouTube right now, and I don't even think my mic's working anymore. You know that needle you took in your foot? I feel like someone just took it and jammed it right into my ear canal. That's what it feels like as we go through this process of being booted off the air and reconnected and disconnected. Normally, when you plug a guitar into an amp, you turn the power off so you don't hear the. Yet Bert has done it to our ears at least 7 times.
Some are blaming Pringles for this terrible, terrible aggression against us. Now, we do have video evidence.
Are you going to out Mr. Pringle?
I don't know if I should. It's not the Christian thing to do because we baited Mr. Pringle into making a terrible decision.
Well, what if you do it as a compliment instead of putting, can you believe Mr. If you put, how awesome is this? How great.
But now that we're not on the air, I can swear, right?
I mean, technically.
Technically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dynamic moonroof and available massaging front seats.
Bert.
Ease every day.
I don't want to listen to it.
Bert, do you have me, Bert?
QX60.
Petros and Money Show is back on the air. Forgive our internet quibble.
Sorry.
In the last segment, apparently the show broke off right before we got to word number song of the day is the bad news. The good news is...
Oh, let's do it.
We're still trying to get Eric Dickerson's number. squared away because he's at a championship flag football game for his son, who's a huge baller. So we will run into Eric Dickerson, brought to you by
your Southern California Ford dealers. And your Southern California Ford dealers remind you the F-150 is the official truck of Super Bowl 56. You get on out to that NFL experience. You'll get electrified by the Ford products out there. We want you to go check out that F-150 at your local Southern California Ford dealers.
All right, let's try this again.
Here we
Matt.
go. Ready?
The word of the day.
He hurt me with his words.
The word of the day.
Today's word of the day, for those of you that saw it the first time,
say it with him,
and on YouTube, is Dr. Slay. I went to get the glass from the TV screen that my son took a hammer to, dug out of my foot this morning. I went to see Dr. Bob at Exeter Urgent Care on top of the hill. That's a cue for the...
You go back up on the hill.
Try to make it just the same as it was on YouTube.
I got you.
There is no one cooler than Dr. Bob Slay, Matt. I don't know if you know this, but he was an all-state triple option quarterback in South Carolina. Dr. Bob went to VMI, friend of Pat Conroy, who went to the Citadel.
Squirt him.
Hashtag my losing season. Dr. Bob shot up the bottom of my good foot, which never has happened before. The other reconstructed foot with the broken toe from the trampoline 2 weeks ago has been pin-cushioned many times. And then Dr. Bob dug out the glass like a UTEP miner, like Mike Price with his axe.
What was he using?
I didn't look.
Screwdriver, flathead.
I showed you a picture of the aftermath.
It was impressive.
And then he gave me a copy of his book.
I'm sorry?
Dr. Bob has a book.
Oh, yeah? What kind of book? How to fix your feet?
It's about dieting.
Oh, is that right?
The buddy diet. He said it wasn't because I'm fat. He said it's because he gave it to my dad, too.
Is it because you're his buddy?
And we're buddies. Eat to live, not live to eat. So thank you, Petros and Money Show WebMD segment, because a lot of people gave me advice. I had one of our listeners who was a kind of like a medic in the war, and he said he saw in Iraq, and he said he saw this all the time, and your body will do one of two things. It will reject it, or it will build a barrier around it. Either way, he said, leave it alone. And then I had other listeners, many listeners, advocating for amputation. A lot of people want, just do the peg leg, P. It's too far gone. And they did that without even putting a picture out of it.
Didn't need it.
Yeah.
You were so perfect in your description on the air, they could see it in their mind's eye.
Yeah, we've seen this 1,000 times.
Oh, come on.
I've seen a lot of spinals in my debut.
Cut it off.
So that was very encouraging. And Dr. Bob, who is a listener, a longtime listener of the show and loves the show, was listening, texted me, said, come up to the urgent care. I went up there. And I went up there. I said, I'm here to see Dr. Bob. They say,
You go back up on the hill.
They said, we're not open till 9. I said, I called Dr. Bob. So a little
and then
bit.
they said, we're not open till 9.
No, I got in there. I got in there at like 8:45.
I'm getting my foot cut off.
I was in there at 8:45, and I sat down, and I gave her the meanest mug.
Why?
Because she was mean to me.
So what? They're not open till 9. What makes you so special, buddy diet?
Dr. Bob. That's who makes me special. Told me to come at 8:45.
He gave you the buddy diet.
I followed his instructions implicitly. Isabel called me all night asking me to go to the emergency room.
She even sent me a direct message saying, I'm worried about Petros. He's my friend. You're not, but he's my friend, and I'm worried about him.
She was worried.
And I think I wrote, don't worry about him. Get over it. something to that effect.
Well, listen, if you step
that upset her.
If you step on glass, you should
Yeah,
go.
or if your son explodes a television and shoots a shard of glass into your foot.
You should take it to the urgent care. I can attest to the shot in the bottom of the foot is not pleasant. But afterwards, I feel like Hermes. I could deliver the mail all over to northern Greece. So now it's time for the number of the day. Hey, any update on Eric Dickerson?
He's ready. He's ready. Look at that. Brought to you by your Southern California Ford dealers. The F-150, the official truck of Super Bowl 56. Very much looking forward to seeing all those F-150s at your local Southern California Ford dealers. So find yours. at your local Southern California Ford dealership today.
I feel like our show today is like boats versus haulover.
Oh, God.
But we are riding the wave.
On the broad and a bikini on the front.
We are handling it.
Yeah, tossed all over the place.
Joining us now, the Rambassador, the king of the Rams. He will be at the game, and they better give him the best seats available.
Foosball.
Right now, he's at the championship flag football game. We're going to try to not keep him too long, but we are all contractually obligated, and we got to talk on the eve before the Super Bowl to our dear friend, one of the greatest Rams that ever lived, if not the greatest, Eric Dickerson on PMS. What's cracking, ED? How are you?
Hey, guys, I'm over at my son's. It's the NFC Championship game right now. That's the Super Bowl right after. So we got 2 games today.
Damn.
Well, let's win this one today, huh?
So is there any update on what's going on right now, or are you so...
Well, right now the score is 36-0. My son's team, the Rams, are winning. He just 2 touchdowns already.
Well, I mean, ED, I would assume you can maybe, lose focus for a second. I'm sure you want to see your son score his 30th touchdown of the game.
I got another game.
But, I mean, as we focus on tomorrow, your thoughts, Eric, about the state of this team. And let's start with what looks like is not going to be there. Tyler Higbee listed as doubtful. Blanton has stepped in admirably. How much do you think that affects this offense, if any, not having him around for the game on Sunday?
Well, I know we'd like to have Tyler Higbee. Blanton, he's done a great job. We have so many weapons. I have to give the team credit. The guys that come in and play have stepped up admirably. So I think we'll be okay.
ED, in terms of those pieces and the way they've filled in around a star like Matthew Stafford, let's get into Odell Beckham and what you've seen from him since his arrival. The playoffs, he's had more targets in each game, more receptions than each game, more yardage in each game. What do you see his role being, and what kind of impact do you see him having in this game on Sunday?
I think he's going to have a big impact. I haven't seen him have that big breakout game yet. He's got great catches. He's got great routes. But I'm looking for him to have that, Odell, one of those Odell Beckham days, like a 60-yard touchdown, something like that. That's what I'm looking for him from him. I mean, Odell has been, when I say a pleasant surprise for our football team. I mean, glad to have him. I think he's glad to be there. He's played so well for us. So most definitely, I think that he needs that. Not he needs, he wants. I know think about it. The Super Bowl, he'd love to have like a 60-yard touchdown, have like 150 on the day.
No doubt about that. The great Eric Dickerson is our guest, one of the all-time greatest running backs and one of our dear friends on the Petros and Money Show on AM 570 LA Sports. This has been anticipated for quite some time, ED, with the building of the stadium and the Rams coming out here. I know your week is culminating now at the NFC Championship of Flag Football and the Super Bowl coming up. But has the Super Bowl week been what you think it should have been for LA? Have you enjoyed yourself? Do you think the Rams got the most out of this that they could?
I think, most definitely. I think they get the most out of it. They possibly can. Today's Friday. We still got really 2 more days, before 2 more days before the game. So I'm sure the city is really buzzing about Super Bowl. It's so many people in town. There's so much to do. But one thing that's never changed in LA, and that's the traffic. The traffic is what the traffic is. But most definitely, I would say that the city has got I think everyone got their money's worth. And one thing that's for sure is this weather is fantastic. If you like it hot, it's the place to be right now.
ED, do you think having the extra week between is good? Well, I guess, do you think it's better or is it worse to have that extra week to kind of freak out that you're going to play in a Super Bowl, or is it just ultimately better because you get a chance to rest your body?
I think you get a chance to rest your body. I mean, you got to think these guys that went through a grueling season, 17-game season, then go through the playoffs because it takes a toll on you. I mean, one thing is when you watch a guy warm up, and a lot of it from the day you start, pretty much the day you start that first game, you have something hurting you. There's something injured. You just play through it. You never know if a guy has a shoulder that's bothering, an ankle, a knee, and ribs. It's always something. So for sure, you need that extra week, to get your body right and to be the best you can be, especially on Super Bowl Sunday.
Eric Dickerson is our guest on the Petros and Money Show. We're live at the 3rd Street Promenade. When was the last time you've been out here, ED? Remember?
Oh, my God. Man, I don't come that far, man.
The great Eric Dickerson is our guest. Now, Eric, did they hook you up right? Did you get your seats cleared away and you're going to the game and all that? Or they? I mean, it's hard. It's hard out there for a guy like you who is representative of the Rams. But they're trying to take care of everybody. It's got to be crazy right now.
Well, I think I'm gonna stay at home, watch it from home. I'm gonna stay at home. I'm not
Really?
Going to the game. No, I'm not going. So I'm gonna stay at home and watch them home. I've got some friends in town, so I'm gonna do it from there. I just want my team to win. That's the most important thing. My team wins.
How about hey ED? Just because we can hear the whistles and the screaming in the background. What kind of offense you guys running?
Man, it's flag football.
Right.
My son, he's a running back, so it's kind of like a shotgun offense.
Is it like a wildcat? Did they just
snap the ball right to him?
Direct snap?
I was just gonna say, it's like a wildcat offense.
Oh, all right.
Like a wildcat offense.
And he rocks at 29?
Scored again. No, you don't believe it? He was number 5.
Now, isn't there a mercy rule?
For Jamar Chase?
Reggie Bush.
He wants his own identity. I said, okay. I said, how did you pick that number? He said, they gave me that number there. I said, what number would you choose if you had a number? He said, I think I'd take number 7 or number 9. I like it. He wants to have his own identity. Like me. He don't want to be like, I don't want to wear 29.
Fair enough.
Love it.
Well, good luck, ED. We appreciate you joining us. We will talk to you next week in the aftermath and leading up to the NFL offseason stuff. But a wonderful, wonderful conversation and year talking to you. Enjoy the game. Thank you.
Hey, thank you, guys. Have a good one.
All right, there he goes.
You know what
Eric
happened,
Dickerson, brought to you by your Southern California Ford dealers. The F-150 is the official vehicle of Super Bowl 56. Go on and check it out at your local Southern California Ford dealership.
The seats they gave him weren't on point.
You think so?
I know so. Somebody asked him about it on Fox Sports Radio. They had a great setup over on Radio Row. I don't know if you've seen that. Great job, Dave Weiss.
Beautiful. You see it. We got the most square footage of any set out here.
Weiss didn't put it up. He designed it. But either way, I was listening to Fox Sports Radio, and they had Eric Dickerson on, and they asked him about his seats, and he said the seats were too janky, and now he's not going to show up. So he's in a Jeff Fisher-like face-off with the Rams, and nobody knows what's going to happen after this. You can't do Eric Dickerson dirty at the
he's
Super
a Hall
Bowl.
of Famer. The guy's going to wear his gold jacket to the Super Bowl. He's in the Hall of Fame. He's in the Rams.
They tried to put him up in the Dave Weiss seats, and that's not cool. That ain't right to put Eric Dickerson up there. It's embarrassing if you're Eric Dickerson and you show up and you're sitting next to the Kiwanis Club from Pacoima.
Pacoima Kiwanis Club got a pair of tickets?
Yeah, they're like, Eric Dickerson's next to us, and they're like, damn. That's like that one. There was a Texas Tech coach that was playing Kansas, and Tim Brando was on the call, and he was like, damn, why are you on this game? You're a legend. This is above you. This is below you, he said. And I feel like Eric would feel that way if he was up in the nosebleeds.
I remember when I went.
I'd feel like a fool, like Bob Uecker.
If you're there, you explain it away. You say, hey, man, I don't want to sit with all those dumbass celebrities that don't know what they're watching. I want to sit with the fans.
I don't want to be
the folks that feel the football game here in the top section.
I don't want to be
end zone.
I don't want to be up there with the important people.
I mean, come on. I want to sit with you people. The regular Joes. That's what my career was all about. I ran the ball. I wasn't outside the line.
After this, I'm taking everybody to the Sizzler.
Exactly right.
It's time for the number of the day.
Here's my number.
Short number of the day. Number of the day is a plug. And your plug is 24, P. Actually, to be exact, 24.4.
I thought that was like your buddy diet score.
My buddy diet score would be 0. I don't know, because I don't think a lot of people are watching the Olympics. I've seen a lot of pieces about why people aren't watching the Olympics. There's myriad reasons, myriad theories about why people aren't tuning in. But I think, number one, because it's the Winter Olympics, and typically they get poor ratings anyway. The Summer Olympics tend to do well. The Winter Olympics don't.
It's because of China.
What's
That's
that? China. That's exactly right.
You look good, sir. Yeah,
That does look good.
Hey, thumbs down, China.
But, hey, you want to boycott the Olympics or China or whatever, fine. But do yourself a favor and go find the video of this guy, Kaishu Harano, Japanese snowboarder. The half pipe run last night. Anybody out there see it? Holy crap. This dude drops into the half pipe, and his first air goes for 24.4 feet above the lip.
Like the video games?
Like the video games. I mean, soaring like a freaking bird. It looked like he was floating above the earth for a split second before gravity took its toll. They said it was the greatest snowboard run they had ever put their eyes on in the history of the halfpipe, and it didn't even get the highest score. And they called BS like we used to do back in the 80s during the Cold War on figure skating when that busted-ass USSR judge would always give us capitalist countries, us free democracies, crappy scores.
Oksana Bayul, that drunk, that wasn't her score.
Exactly right.
I remember those days, Matt.
And there was some of that.
That was before the Olympics totally sold their soul to the evil imperial Chinese
I think
government.
there was a commie judge that gave Arman Hirano a poor score. Fortunately, he had another run.
There's a lot of
winning goal.
animosity between the Japanese and
exactly
Chinese.
Right.
I mean, that's not,
goes back like 10 years, maybe 12,
at least.
All right, fine. Make a fool of me. 14 years it goes back.
Certainly not as long as we've been on.
Exactly. Do yourself a favor. Go find the video. It is remarkable.
I can't put my finger on why nobody is interested in the Winter Olympics. I just don't know what it is about these particular Olympics. I do know that everybody is getting one particular thing wrong that's bothering a lot of people, is there's a lot of towers in the background of a lot of these different venues, and everybody's like, oh, look at those smokestacks. And it's like, no, those are cooling towers. Yeah, those are cooling towers.
Abandoned nuclear facilities.
They don't have a no nukes hippie kind of contingent in China. They don't have, if you're going to San Francisco, they don't have that type of flowers in their hair out there. So you want to build a big nuclear phallus, you can do it anywhere you want in China. We have smokestacks, like in the outside of the guy's backyard in Some Kind of Wonderful, one of the great John Hughes movies, the only one based outside of the Chicagoland area in beautiful Wilmington, California. Ronnie!
This is the song of the day.
Whose house?
Yeah, there we go, Lagana.
What, did you flip me off?
No, they're giving you the heavy metal horns.
I'll tell you what. There's a Pringles guy over there. He'll go back and forth with you. He loves sign language.
They were actually giving you the hook'em horns. I think it's kind of an odd.
What is that?
It was an odd gesture, I think, for whose house.
What is this?
This is
that, like when it's an AC/DC show? What are we doing?
Right. What's up, Ronnie?
Game Plan is our song of the day. A nice generic track from an artist called Bad Snacks. A tolerable tune, I think, for a Frogman Friday on the Petros and Money Show, where our game plan is a live broadcast from the 3rd Street Promenade in Santa Monica, where we've got our own little radio row going with 3 hours of great sports talk for the people. There's also prizes to be given out during the program, so make your way out there and enjoy the show live in Pearson, as we'll take you all the way to David Vassay, who will close out the week with an off-season edition of Dodger Talk at 6.
That's on 570 on KFI. Tim Conway Jr. is taking over from here, going all the way till 10 o'clock.
We're going to crosstalk with him.
Underneath the lights in the city. We'll be right back with more PMS on AM 570 LA Sports, your home of the Dodgers, who are locked out.
You're clear, guys. All right, we've got 3 live reads here.
Okay,
because we dropped out, we have an LASEC to make up. So we got
3 lives.
Leon's and LASEC.
Download the free iHeartRadio app and search AM 570 LA Sports to listen to us wherever you go.
Power up with the Power Plus mouthguard. Power Plus is the next step in human evolution. By simply placing your jaw into the Power Plus position, you'll be able to achieve maximum strength, speed, and endurance, even mitigate concussion.
Power Plus mouthguard in a 13-year study is showing lower concussion rates to 0.26%.
For maximum performance and protection, get Power Plus today or order now. It will include a free carry case. Power up with Power Plus.
Join us at the 3rd Street Promenade for the largest free football event in the city, the Tailgate Tour, February 10th through 12th, featuring live broadcasts, NFC champion LA Ram photo opportunities, the LA Charger experience, plus free food and drinks. The Tailgate Tour is coming back to LA and you're invited. Sponsored by Takis, Captain Morgan, Fox Sports Radio, AM 570 LA Sports, and KTLA Channel 5.
Ready for a real cocktail? Introducing new Zing Zang ready-to-drink cocktails in a can. America's #1 Bloody Mary mix with vodka. Zing Zang margaritas, tequila included. And whiskey sours with real Kentucky bourbon. Real cocktails, real ingredients, really good. New Zing Zang full-strength canned cocktails. Legendary taste, legendary day. Always ready.
little bit.
And he got upset, and he flipped me off like Mr. Met. Similar shaped head, too. And we have, unfortunately, on camera, and it's such a great picture, but I don't want, if this will get you in trouble, I don't want to put it out there. But if it will raise the Pringles brand, if they're a little edgy, I will. Because our social media footprint is bigger than you could ever imagine.
What do you think?
A disaster beyond your wildest imagination. No, you're not going to throw my phone
Exactly.
like Kanye.
He's going to throw it in the river.
Hell no, Mr. Pringle. We have all of that. We this is all documented. They're live on YouTube
Hey,
right
just
now.
so you know, that photo is sitting on this computer, and if I hit send, it goes to every major news outlet in the
That's
greater
right.
Southern
This
California
is like
area.
This is like the end of a Marvel movie for you. Okay? The stakes are high. But what I want to know, Mr. Pringle, is
if we post this, will you get in trouble?
Who are you?
Yeah, hey, how about nothing from the peanut gallery?
Do you work for Pringles?
Jeez. What are you, a corporate, corporate America consultant?
He's got his consigliere, Tom,
We're good?
Tom Hayden.
We're good?
We're good.
All right. Yeah.
Wow.
Fast forward 12 hours when they're sitting over a beer like this. I should have never told them to send it.
Hey, you know what, though? Who knew that Pringles were so salty?
Yeah.
Can you believe that? You know what would be great? If the Planters guy came here and just had his way with you. Just put you on the ground and just did terrible things.
Monocle in place.
Oh, just the Planters guy. Just hitting you with his scepter. It's like having a mime troupe. It's so great. You know, man, I never thought.
Why do we find mimes so offensive?
But
yet
we love these guys.
Mascots?
Whoa, no, Mr. Pringle. That's illegal.
That's not okay.
You can't say.
And that's on camera.
What if you cut my throat? What if I end up with my throat cut later? You're number one suspect, Mr. Pringle.
They caught it. I just saw it on the delay on the YouTube. No, you. Not me, you. Hell with you. Me, you.
Hey, I've gone toe-to-toe with a lot more intimidating anthropomorphic characters than you. Maybe you've not met Bailey the Lion from the Kings. That guy's my bitch.
Bailey?
Punk Bailey's ass.
So post it.
Well, at least we have the camera.
It was on.
Yeah. All right, so here's what we're going to do.
Drink a beer.
We're going to take a break. We're going to drink a beer. I think we can go get beers
I think so, too.
at Colt.
Get a Colt. Will they let us bring it over here?
Instead of the peanut gallery just sitting around here, how about getting us some beers?
How about that, huh? Hey, Weiss, go get us 2 beers, please.
Let's get arrested in the final hour.
2 beers.
Let's go. Let's start a revolution
What
from
are you
our
doing?
bed.
Come on, what are you doing? Come on. Get us 2 beers. 2 cold beers.
All-time quarterback. We'll be right back with more PMS. Austin Eckler.
Michi Man. At Big E, the Michi Man. We're
Charger
going to mix that into
hero.
our beers.
Yeah, the Michi Man brought us a Meech.
And Austin Eckler is going to join us
And
next.
thank you, Cincy Kid George. And thank you, Mr. Pfeiffer. And thank you, Rams Lady. That's you.
You're clear, guys. Stand by. We got to Galpin for you.
On the iHeartRadio app.
Now online at am570lasports.com.
This is Petros and Money.
Okay, second down and 9.
Personally.
Buenos dias.
Well, you got a TV, buddy?
Unbelievable.
I don't crack easy under pressure.
Foosball. Foosball. Foosball.
Can't do it, Sally. That's pretty sad commentary on us.
Am I the only one around here who gives a shit about the role?
Now here's something we hope you'll really like.
The vulture is a patient bird.
Calling it out, Vic, Petros and Money. AM 570 LA Sports live on the 3rd Street Promenade, Santa Monica Tailgate Tour.
Hare Krishna! Hare Krishna Krishna!
It is the 3rd and final hour of the Petros and Money Show. Our dear friend Big E, the Michi Man, has given us Michi Mix.
We need beer to drink illegally.
Beer is en route illegally. Our dear friend Cincy Kid George is here. He brought us hot sauce and socks and zombie dust. We have got a smattering of Petros and Money Show supporters. We cannot thank you enough for coming out. You can see them and us on YouTube right now.
Pasquale's mom is here. She came to both.
Oh, that's right.
It's doubled
great to
up.
See you.
She was with us. Double up.
She was with us at Hollywood Park.
Walked me to my car.
Love it.
Security.
Our man Marcus just posted on Twitter. We see you, Marcus. God bless you for coming out.
Looking good, Marcus.
Absolutely.
So we appreciate everybody.
Eric.
In the house. And we've had a great day.
It's been fantastic
thus far. Before we get to the final hour fun fact, we are your home of Super Bowl 56 this Sunday. Pregame starts at 11. And joining us right now, one day, maybe one day soon, we hope to see this man carrying and catching the rock and filling the A gap, even if he's got to, pick up a blitz or two. In the Super Bowl himself, one of our favorite people to talk to, a record-setting running back for your Los Angeles Chargers, coming out of the mines of Colorado and making his way in L.A. as a big baller in the NFL. Could not be prouder of watching him every week, Matt. The great Austin Eckler, as you know, as the voice of the Bolts on the Chevy Silverado Celebrity Hotline. What's cracking, Austin? How are you?
What's going on? What an entrance. I appreciate that.
Oh, come on. You get it all the time around here. Have you? I know that it kind of sucks. Man. The Rams are playing in the Super Bowl, and they're in the same house as you guys, and maybe it's motivation and all that. But just overall, being in L.A. and having the Super Bowl here and going around and doing whatever it is you're doing, how's it been?
Man, it's been incredible. So this is the first time I've been to all the events before the Super Bowl, but as far as someone like myself that really loves to do fan engagement and interact, like this is what you would want as far as almost like my Super Bowl of engagement. There's all the different outlets and, opportunities to kind of share my story and, talk a little bit outside of football.
So give us an idea before we get to what you're doing with P&G, because you got a lot going on that front. I think it is, we've talked to you quite a bit, Austin, but for people that don't know your story, it's one of the best in the NFL. And it's one of the great things about football is that there are stories like yours and not just stories about number 1 overall picks who were 5-star recruits and went to powerhouse colleges like LSU. But your path to the NFL, I would assume, is something that people have really enjoyed hearing about this entire week.
Yeah, I think it's just because of the path where, I came from a place where it really wasn't a big spotlight on this town as a football town and as me as a player coming up. And, I really just, really committed myself to something I was passionate about and really just took advantage of what I had at the moment that led to another opportunity. And then I repeated the same process and it continued to snowball into an opportunity. Now I'm playing right here in the NFL and, talking to you guys. And so I think people can relate and always want to hear about what my journey was about, because I did come from a really tiny town and it's really relatable as people not having the most opportunity, but still wanting to do something with their life and progress.
And you are going to keep it going when it comes to making your way around Super Bowl during media week and all of the rounds. You're going to be at the P&G footprint, I don't know, in 20 minutes.
Oh, my God, it's never ending, frankly.
So give us an idea of where that is, what you're doing, so people can actually come out, see you, and recognize why you're called the strongest player pound for pound on the Chargers roster.
Lima por Lima.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be actually an opportunity to do that. Yeah, we're at the convention center down here in LA. As you said, we're in about 20 minutes. We're going to be heading over there, and we got just an event that's just like everything you can imagine as far as a Super Bowl event goes. We have giveaways. You can meet me. You can meet some other players. You can, the giveaways that I was talking about is there's a washing machine giveaway. Like these are just little giveaways. These are like really substantial. Like,
Sweet.
oh shoot, I'm be getting in the giveaway. Some Super Bowl tickets to next year's Super Bowl. And then at the same time, you can learn how you can, make an impact on their own community with what, P&G is doing with their Good Everyday program.
The great Austin Eckler is our guest, a rising star in the city, football-wise and beyond. A lot of people love him. They love his story, love to watch him play the game. Have you been able to come to terms with how the season ended, Austin? How long did it take you to kind of sort of reconcile that and get back to, the offseason and preparing for 2022?
Yeah, man. I mean, it took a few weeks. You kind of just reminiscing, kind of just letting the body heal up. But now I've had time to really think about, like what went on, like what did I learn from this season. And I think the biggest thing that I learned from the season is that, man, when our backs are against the wall, like when we're all these fourth downs that we've been going on, and like just throughout the season and all the pressure coaches put on us, it just I think shows me that our best comes out when we're in those situations. And that's what I've learned. That's what the message that I'm going to have going into next season is going to be is like, hey, we need to play like our backs against the wall, against fourth down, like that type of edge that you feel. And like this got to have it. That's the same edge we have to have the entire time, because if we do that, we're going to be unstoppable. But we got to be more consistent next year, and I think it's going to come down to that, right? We have the core people to do it. We have the people in place. We have the talent. That just comes down to the mental part.
You can go see Austin Eckler at the P&G Footprint at the Convention Center. He's going to be out there in about 20 minutes, an opportunity for you to win some great prizes and meet the great Austin Eckler at the P&G Footprint, again, inside the Convention Center. Share with us your impressions of this AFC champion Cincinnati Bengals team. You had over 100 yards from scrimmage. You had a touchdown in that contest in Cincinnati against them as you knocked off the Bengals 41-22 in that game. What are your thoughts about what they're bringing to Super Bowl 56?
Yeah, for us, we ended up, handling those guys at home, and it came down to making big plays and getting some turnovers. That's how we were able to get it done. I remember Mike Williams going deep, catching some balls, Keenan Allen making some big plays on fourth down, and then Jalen Guyton also making some deep plays. So that's what it's going to come down to. I mean, this game is going to be amazing. I'm really looking forward to this game, especially watching both these teams' offenses. It was just the amount of talent that they have to get explosive plays. And I'm looking forward to seeing Jamar Chase and Cooper Kupp go at it. I think that's going to be a great matchup to see the receivers on both these teams go at it. And then, I mean, it's going to come down to turnovers as well, man. I'm saying turnovers and big plays. Whoever has the most of those, which both teams have the ability to make a lot of those, considering the defense, especially the Rams. I'm leaning a little bit more towards the Rams, but, we'll see how it goes.
Speaking of big plays, Austin, I think it would be interesting for our listeners because, a guy like you talked about your story. I mean, your first goal is to make it into the league, right? And then to establish yourself. And at what point do you start thinking about, gosh, not only am I established, but I'm the man over here. I run this running back room and all that. When did you stop thinking about like, okay, I just got to hold on to the ball here? And when did you start thinking about, like, I better get these 5 yards because I'm the guy on this team to do it?
Man, it started a long time ago. And it started even way before the NFL. And what I mean is it all came back to my mindset. My mindset was just take advantage of the current opportunity. Mm-hmm. What does that mean? That means whatever I need to do at that specific moment because I'm in a specific role, I need to get it done. And I've applied myself as much as I can to this sport because it's given me so much and continues to give me so much as I continue to progress in these opportunities. So even before that, back in high school, it was the same way, college, same way. Now I'm in the NFL and continuing to grow my opportunities that I have. And so now I find myself in a starting role. It's like, okay, and we still continue to take advantage of this position right here by teaching the young guys, bringing them up, trying to be a leader for these guys, trying to get to my community a little bit more, and just continue to grow as a person and as a leader and as a teammate for my team.
Austin, are there any off days? Was today an off day? And if today was not an off day, what did you work out today?
I ran the sandhill.
So I have actually not had time to work out. I've literally been going since 8 a.m. this morning. 7 a.m. this morning. So, yeah, these past 3 days out here on Media Row and all this stuff going on. But it's good. It's all right. I can take a little break, enjoy this stuff that's going on out here, the engagement, watch the Super Bowl, and then we'll get right back at it.
Is that the longest you've ever taken off?
Yeah, I'm having some withdrawals here. Every time I see some open space, I want to hit some push-ups.
That make you feel bad when you see somebody like out running? You're like, that could be me right now. I could be out running.
Jealous. I'm like, I wish I was sweating.
Well, Austin, you're a class act and a great guy, and we hope to see you deep into the playoffs and in the Super Bowl very soon in your career. Are you mad at the Rams?
Do you watch it?
Yeah, he said he's looking forward to it.
Yeah. We can't control that, man. We can't control that. I can only be mad at what I control. Come on now.
That's right. Go.
Yeah.
It's a good way to keep it going. And again, you can go get that good positive energy at the P&G Footprint at Convention Center. It's happening in about 15 minutes, so we're going to cut them loose. Austin, we appreciate you taking a few minutes out. Make sure you follow Austin on Instagram, on Twitter. Post those workouts. It makes you feel great about him and terrible about yourself. But we certainly appreciate it, Austin. Thanks so much for taking a few minutes.
Oh, man, I appreciate it. It's always a pleasure, boys.
Leva por Leva, pound for pound, the strongest man in the world. All right, the Petros and Money Show
we got beers.
Staggering toward the end. Where?
That's all right.
I don't care.
That's all right.
What do I look like?
It was just a guide. The Modelo thing was just a guide.
Is this the Troy Aikman beer? Thank you, Michelle.
Well, you know what? It's a Pils. So I feel like we can mix the meats with the Pils.
Nothing wrong with that, man.
Nothing wrong with that. Oh, yeah. Whose house?
Ram's house, brother. Are we going to get in trouble? Like, here's a video of you drinking publicly on the 3rd Street Promenade.
You know what we say to that? Stick it.
I don't want to get hoboed.
Stick it.
You know what I'm saying? You know what it's like out here. I'm from this town. I'm not stupid.
Look at this. Drop the Michi man.
Look at
there.
this.
Look at this. Huh?
Look at this. Mixing around this michelada.
Watch this. Woo! Oh, yeah. This is going to be great.
So when is Tim Conway getting here?
I saw Angel. I saw Crozier. I saw the crew running around. They're going out to get drunk before they hit the air.
Does he think he's better than us?
Yes.
That he can't hang around like we did before the show starts?
Hanging around.
Oh, there he is. Ding dong, ladies and gentlemen, Tim Conway
Not
Jr.
Yet.
Let's go to break, and then
Not
we'll talk
yet.
to him. Let's go to break.
Not yet. Ding dong.
We'll be
Tim
right
Conway
back
Jr.
with more PMS live from the 3rd Street Promenade, live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. A big thank you to our guests today, Kevin Harlan, Austin Eckler, Eric Dickerson. Words are cheap when it gets this close to game time. Somebody's going to get their puto knocked in on Sunday.
Knocked off.
Now's your chance.
All right, Petros.
Who's got the crack? Welcome back, everybody. The Petros and Money Show is live on the air on AM 570 LA Sports, your home of the Doyers and Super Bowl 56. Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Kevin Harlan, who was on with us a couple hours ago. Kurt Warner going to be on the call. Our coverage of the big game is brought to you by Alignment Health Plan, Infinity, and Albertson Vaughn. We're live only for about another 40 minutes from the beautiful 3rd Street Promenade between the dinosaur buttholes. Tim Conway is coming up.
Their buttholes are covered, though. The tails are down, so it's not like they've exposed their buttholes to us.
Well,
I know they're under there, but you know what I mean?
They've certainly turned their back to us.
Exactly.
Now I know how McCarthy felt in Senate. The point is this. Tim Conway is joining us next, and we are going to talk to him about his show that is coming up on KFI after this, which means the dreaded Burt Weiner station-to-station flip from 570 to KFI.
So Bert's going to be rolling from 10A until 10P.
Yeah, he can barely. That's a lovely family.
That's
both
like
up,
7 meals.
Yeah, Bert.
You as well, lovely family. Both up to you, Derwin James fans.
How many meals have you eaten, Bert, thus far? 2. Now, that's not what I heard. Okay, what about a snack? 2 meals and how many snacks?
How many snacks, Bert?
Yeah.
Hey, whatever.
All right.
It's an honest question, and all we're looking for is an honest answer, okay?
It's time to do what you didn't think we would do, which is Matt is going to talk about the Super Bowl, and we're going to call it the
foosball
top story of the day.
Top story of the day.
And a shout out to the Tailgate Tour right here, Santa Monica Promenade, the 3rd Street Promenade, LA's largest outdoor tailgate. They got food, they got drinks, they got live DJs.
I like the food.
They got the Rams, they got the Chargers tailgates.
And I like the price.
Photo ops. And a reminder to stop by our booth for a chance to win a Lids gift card. And to stop by your local Lids to get official Super Bowl 56 merchandise with an expanded selection at Lids Shops, Macy's, downtown LA, and Culver City.
And I will say this.
And that guy right there, Weiss, talk to that guy, Joel.
Yeah, we want Joel.
Right here, this guy.
Yeah,
talk to him.
We got a lot to give away.
That guy, Lids.
And a big thank you to Wacko and all of our people from KFI and upstairs in the 5th floor helping us out, getting us on YouTube. We're on YouTube right now.
And a thank you to our man Ryan from the PMS Listener Union who came out and had an engagement with Don. We appreciate him.
Amir's here.
Amir is here. We appreciate you, Amir. We appreciate all of our listeners for coming out. Eric, the KCRW librarian, we appreciate him.
Everybody's had a great time. And Michelle Cube, KFI champion,
Michelle,
is here.
She got us our beers.
It's like having, that's like having, the guy from the Inside the Actors studio watching your radio show, James Lipton. It's like, wow, I hope she likes the show.
And she speaks just like he does.
She does, very deliberately.
Would you like beers?
Very deliberate.
I will procure you a pair.
And while Matt is giving the prop bets, I am going to tweet out the picture of the Pringles guy flicking us off or giving me the FU. Should I put it on Twitter or Instagram?
I'd say Twitter.
All right.
I think an FU from Pringles is more Twitter than Instagram.
Yeah.
Here we go.
All right.
Favorite time of the week, we get Proppy, our top story betting the Super Bowl. We love Super Bowl
Clay
squares.
Travis was going to come and do this.
Yeah, what happened?
Kate's never called him.
Well, all right, whatever. He was too busy with Buck Sexton.
Kate's was too busy with Mika Lotta Mouse.
He's too busy looking for real estate in Florida. Here we go. Let's get Proppy.
Hey, if you believe that, I got some oceanfront property in Wyoming to sell.
I love this. What is said first on the broadcast? Detroit Lions or Jared Goff? each minus 145. No doubt with Stafford coming over from the Lions, it'll be brought up, all of his past perils in Detroit versus his great success in Los Angeles. And will they mention poor Jared Goff, exiled after a trip to the Super Bowl in 2018.
But you see Jared Goff's girlfriend, right?
Never heard of her.
Right?
There are the standard bets on the game.
She could feed a lot of these shelters here in Santa Monica.
I see what you're saying there. I can read between those lines.
She could feed a lot of the people.
There are the standard bets. If you like the Rams or the Bengals to win, that's the money line. You want the Rams, it is a $200 bet to win $100 as they are the favorite. You want the Bengals, it's a $100 bet to win $170. You want a little help or you don't, and you don't want to put down 2 times the money to win $100, well, then you lay 4.5 points. That is a half point higher than what it opened at 4 points, which means people seem to like the Rams. Also, you can bet the total. It was 49. It is down to 48.5, meaning many of the bettors believe the defense will rule the day.
Matt, you hate to see that. People want to see fireworks, and they want to see an ejaculation of points.
It's exactly what we want. Peter North style, the decorator.
Seminex.
It starts with a coin toss, minus 105. Either way, heads or tails, minus 105. That means you bet $105 to win 100, whatever. How many
losers?
How many commercials will feature a dog? Over, under? 6.5.
America loves dogs.
You want to sell product.
Cats, not so much.
F cats. They're terrible. Psychos own them. Dogs, the over-under is 6.5. The under, minus 110. The over, minus 120.
Okay.
Will an offensive lineman score a touchdown?
I'm not that bad of a guy. Geez.
Understandable. You freaked him out. Dad's wearing jams.
She's got a T-shirt that says, look on the bright side. Here I am.
Looking on the bright side.
Mr. Brightside. I'm out of my cage, and I've been doing just fine.
She gave you the stink eye.
Whatever.
Will an O-lineman score a touchdown plus 25?
Bill Handel.
Oh, yeah, that is Bill. Hey, Bill. You must be out here for the Conway Show. Plus 2,500.
For what?
Will an offensive lineman score a touchdown?
Oh, McVay might. You might know.
We should have had one last year.
Tackle eligible.
Remember, we should have had one last year, right between the numbers, but he's an O-lineman. What do you want?
Or the fumble Rooski, where you put it down on the ground and the guard picks it up.
What is shown first? The Hollywood sign or the Hollywood Walk of Fame?
Or a gelatinous dump.
That is not part of the prop. It's not part of it. If they shoot the Hollywood Walk of Fame, they will not shoot a space in which a hobo has dropped a load.
Coverage of Super Bowl 56 on NBC is brought to you by X-Lax. Okay, so the Hollywood sign or?
The Walk of Fame. Which goes first?
Oh, the sign.
Yeah, the sign's a minus 275.
Because of the sunshine.
Or will they show it at all?
The Walk of Fame, gelatinous poop.
I would assume they'll show the Walk of Fame, though. There's going to be like Al Michaels, Pat Summerall. You would imagine John Madden, who's got a star on the Walk of Fame. They're going to show it. It's just a matter of what gets shown first.
And if it's got poop on it.
Maybe they moved all the hobos to the Hollywood sign.
I heard the hobos are getting tokens and wrecking Torrance.
And they're not even going into them shelters.
Did you hear about that? They're getting tokens, and that the tokens won't even let them get into the shelters because they don't have all the ID to get in.
There are some straight bets. Remember, like if you want to put $10 down on something like this, how about this? Odell Beckham Jr. and T. Higgins each score their team's first touchdown plus $3,000. You bet 100, you win $3,000. Not bad, right?
What about Odell's hair color? Is there a prop for that? Like, is it going to be silver?
No prop for that. I think they wouldn't want to involve someone. It would just be too easy.
Well,
Odell,
you're involved in the production.
You are.
With the Hollywood sign or what you're going to mention.
Will they show Joe Burrow smoking a cigar? No, minus 1,350. Yes, plus 700.
Well, if he wins, he's going to put that thing in his mouth like a big poots.
How about this? Will the price, because I don't know if you've heard about this, but crypto is a pretty big deal.
Crypto.com arena.
Cryptocurrency is a pretty big deal. A lot of people made a lot of money with the Bitcoin and the Ethereum and the Dogecoin.
That's why people buy so many baseball cards and comic books.
Exactly right.
Sexually frustrated nerds.
Will the price of Bitcoin go up or down during the Super Bowl? Up minus 130, down plus 100.
Oh, I'm saying down. Super Bowl brings us all back to the reality of life because once the Super Bowl's over, what do you have?
You bet 100, you win 130. There you go. Go down, Bitcoin. Go down. But you got Matt Damon doing commercials. They're doing all these commercials for Bitcoin.
Fortune favors the brave.
First song of the halftime show. It is a hip-hop spectacular. Snoop and Dre and Eminem and Mary J. Blige.
Forgot about Dre.
Is that right?
Yeah, because people forgot about Dre, and now he's back.
The favorite is California Love, plus 200.
Tupac's dead. He's not coming out of the Thunderdome with his stack of cash.
What if they open it with a hologram? Think about that. Because Dre did say during his media interview that there would be a surprise.
Oh, Mac 10. The surprise is the West Side Connect gang.
But my surprise was
he's going to get
I was hoping it was MC Ren.
It's no, but who's in the West Side Connect? It's
Dub C.
Dub C, Mac 10, and Ice Cube.
Exactly.
And they'll do the "'Cause I'm not a hater like you." They're going to do that. That's a surprise.
All right, you ready for this
one?
one?
If they do that, I'm going to freak out. Bow down when you're westward bound.
First of all,
because I'm not a hater like you.
You are not going to freak out.
Oh, I would.
You will be asleep.
What time is it going to be?
5 o'clock.
Oh, I'll be right as rain.
All right, here we go. Which celebrity will be shown first?
What's a forgot about Dre? Nowadays, everybody want to talk.
Or what about?
Forgot about Dre.
What if you ease the viewing audience into it with like "Lose Yourself" by Eminem? You know what I mean? Like, hey, we're just gonna ease.
Well,
into
yeah,
this.
because it's for all the lapers. They're not going to do any of the cool B-sides. They're not going to bring Naughty by Nature to do the Uptown anthem. It's going to suck.
Which celebrity will be shown first? Leonardo DiCaprio is the current favorite. The dedicated Rams fan that he is.
Fat face.
Plus
freaking
190. Magic Johnson is the second favorite at plus 225, along with LeBron James.
You know, I don't mind people saying that Magic. I don't like it when people say,
son of a bitch, funny bone.
They say on when Magic shows up and he's not wearing a mask on Twitter, everybody's like, hey, he's immunocompromised, this and that. You shouldn't do that. Like, that's cool. Like, whatever. Everybody's got a right. But then people are like, and he's obese. And that's, technically he probably is.
He's a big guy.
But technically, so am I.
Technically, so am I. Matt Damon's plus 255.
Matt Damon.
Kevin Hart is plus 290. Ben Affleck plus 310. I like this one.
Did you see that the Paralyzed Veterans of America have hired Ben Affleck?
They have?
They fired us and they hired that
crock of crap.
Butt face.
How about this? I like this bet. If I could bet, I would put some money on this. Clayton Kershaw at plus $555. They set the scene with that first. Kershaw's going to be in there early, I know, because he's doing stuff with the NFL Network. I know you don't like it, but I'm talking about making money here.
Do you like it?
I'm talking about making money. I'm talking about 5.5 to 1 that Clayton Kershaw is the first celebrity shown. It makes too much sense.
How quickly will they exploit the Clayton Kershaw, Matt Stafford connection?
Immediately.
Even when there's black players that have known each other for years, but we just never tell the stories because
exactly
it's not two white guys from affluent Dallas.
Immediately they will tell it. That's plus 555.
Hey, these two rich white guys knew each other yesteryear. Hey, they hate each other now, but hey.
They don't hate each other. Matthew Stafford just barely acknowledges Clayton Kershaw's existence. That's all.
That's a good bet, Matt. But I figure I'm going to probably have to give a lot to give it up, right?
Will Snoop smoke on stage? Yes, plus 200. No, minus 250.
I don't even think Snoop smokes anymore.
Snoop don't give a damn.
It's oregano now.
This is one of my favorite
ones. That guy can't get high anymore.
You ready? What color shoes will Snoop Dogg wear? Would you care to take a guess what the longest of long shots is?
He's a crep. He's going to wear blue.
Red is plus 1,200. There's going to be somebody other like, come on. Maybe he's going to wear red. It's plus 1,200. I got to take advantage of this.
Ever going to see Snoop Dogg in red? Crab assholes.
Blue is the favorite at plus 220. I don't know why.
You know what? That would
red
be a
plus
surprise.
1,200.
Let's get Banging on Wax at halftime. Let's get Paulula playing. If we're really going to do an LA Super Bowl in the biddy of Bompton. No.
I don't even know who this guy is. Will they compare Joe Burrow to Macaulay Culkin? Will Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth on the broadcast compare Joe Burrow to Macaulay Culkin? That's an actual prop bet.
I don't think Kieran Culkin gets the love that he
because
deserves.
he is not as accomplished as Macaulay is, even though they look similar.
You've seen Succession.
No, minus 3,000 to win $100.
Snoop's going to wear red. I know it.
It's the best. Plus 1,200. All right, some football ones. Here we go. Will a kick hit the upright? Plus 600.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Right?
And you know the universal sound that the upright makes. Boing!
Or, since it's Chris Collinsworth on the call, doink.
Oh, God, he's such a bitch.
Double doink. Hey, what's wrong with you?
What
the hell's wrong with you?
I like Collinsworth.
How about this one?
But too much apologies for too many people.
There's a lot of money on this one. A Las Vegas bettor put $7,500 down on Anthony Davis to be the MVP at 16-1. It would net him $120,000 if it comes through. Considering Joe Burrow got sacked 9 times in the Tennessee game by Jeffrey Simmons like 5 times, that's a pretty good bet.
Well, let me say this. I was under the impression that Anthony Davis was pretty soft. But if he's playing in the Super Bowl, if he's playing in the Super Bowl at 7 feet, coming off the edge, I wish him luck. Because that is double duty for AD.
No, it's
playing for the Lakers.
Aaron Donald.
Oh!
Aaron Donald.
I thought you said Anthony Davis.
I'm sorry, you thought Anthony Davis was going to get physical in a sporting event?
I thought for sure. I thought that's why I had to stop.
16-1. This, however, and we'll end on this, of all the bets, this is my favorite. Think for a moment.
I don't think.
How many walk-offs we've had? How many game-winning kicks we've had?
Most of the time that the crowd has been here, pretty consistently.
No, I'm talking about in the game. Walk-off wins. Evan McPherson, the rookie out of Florida, drafted in the 5th round by the Bengals.
Excuse me, corrections.
Hello.
Evan McFearless.
Money Mac, I just trademarked it.
The man without fear.
Evan McPherson is a perfect 12 of 12. He booted a 54-yarder to put the Bengals in the AFC Championship game. Imagine it's a defensive battle. Trey Hendrickson, Mike Hilton, all those Bengals doing their business against Matthew Stafford, who's throwing interceptions all over the place. Aaron Donald, Leonard Floyd, Von Miller, beating the hell out of Joe Burrow. And next thing you know, it's a 15-7 win for the Bengals. 5 field goals for Evan McPherson, including, because we know SoFi is a perfect conditioned stadium for kicking, including a 60-yarder.
That's what I think about.
100-1. Evan McPherson, MVP of the Super Bowl. Let's give it to a kicker. What do you say?
I'm not against it.
We put $100 down to win $10,000.
It's a hell of a timpani for a kicking prop.
No, it's not. It's a kicker's the MVP of the Super Bowl.
It seems kind
Who was the MVP of Super Bowl 56? A kicker.
A
kicker.
That's right.
Yeah, the guy just walked away. He's like, the hell, this isn't a sport. A kicker MVP.
Awesome hand sign, and then move on, sir.
Yes.
You have made your impact on AM radio today.
Put that on Barracks. That kid's great.
I hate the youth of America. We are. All right. Also, I would like to mention this, Matt.
Would you like to make a Super Bowl prediction? It is what, everybody? Would you like Petros to make a Super Bowl prediction? Would you like Petros to make a Super Bowl prediction? Yeah, look at that. They demand it.
Yeah. Would you like it? Yeah.
Come on, P. Who's going to win? Who's going to win, P? What's the score going to be? Who's going to win? What's the score?
You said Anthony Davis.
I said.
You said Anthony Davis. I've got proof.
Did I?
Yeah. And he's not coming off the edge, man.
It'd be freaking awesome if he did, though.
If there's an Anthony Davis prop, I'd be in. But it's an Aaron Donald MVP prop.
Corrections and retractions on me.
I just look.
Corrections and retractions.
I was starting to think like his AD-ness. Which AD are we talking about? You know what, Matt? I look at all these Rams fans and see what front runners they are. And I want the Bengals just to blow the Skyline chili all over their face.
There we go. So give it 60-2.
20-10. Bengals. Harambe! Harambe!
The guy.
Harambe! Harambe!
I think the gorilla that was shot was Harambe.
It's Harambe.
And I think the salutation is Harambe.
What's the difference?
Wow.
Harambe.
I mean,
It's a different language. Swahili expert Matt Smith here.
No, I'm just saying the guy. I thought it was Harambe. They're gonna do it for Harambe.
It's a Ted Gorilla. We'll be back with Tim Conway Jr., ladies and gentlemen, and we will finish up this miraculously successful.
Oh, it's been unbelievable.
Santa Monica extravagant. Not since William Holden fell drunk and knocked his head off has there been such a travesty.
What color shoes will Snoop wear? Can you believe I'm going to get 1,200?
Nobody picked red.
You're clear. Stand by. Galpin Live coming up here right after the promo.
Ready? engineer Bert, who's never looked better.
You look good, Bert.
All of the fine folks. You can't come up the stairs, sir. I know they're there, but they're not for you.
That's Tim Conway Jr.
You wait till 6.
Pardon me.
Wait till 6.
Pardon
wait
me.
till 6.
Pardon me, sir. Is that
You wait till 6. 6 p.m. you can talk to him.
Is that the Chattanooga choo-choo?
Jeez. That's why I like to have the hour in between so we can cume wash.
Pardon me, sir.
Not till 6.
No cume wash here. It's AM 570 LA Sports.
Autograph my ass.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. A big thank you to Kevin Harlan, the immortal Austin Eckler, Eric Dickerson, the Hall of Famer. Great guests all day. A big thank you to Dave Weiss.
You like that I'm upsetting your listeners.
And Wacko.
Get out of here.
And Matt from social media. Bert and Adam Oslin, Colin Yee, and Ronnie Fascio back at the station. We've had a great Super Bowl week, and a big thanks to our executive producer, Tim Cates, who has defected to Orlando.
He's never coming back.
Now, coming up next, David Vassay has got Dodger Talk on AM 570. He's going to talk about whether or not you want Trevor Bauer, and he's going to have the latest on the lockout. And that's
she wants him.
She wants him. She doesn't. Hey,
guy can pitch.
Hey,
guy can pitch.
Hey, vindicated. I'm selfless. So that's David Vassay.
I am right. I know I'm right.
And the goddamn Pringles guy.
You take that train.
Did you see what this guy did to me?
I heard it on the radio coming in.
Look at this.
This is great.
What he did.
I mean, this guy
He flipped you off.
He is really salty.
Right. He flipped you off. He's not even real potatoes. I got it. Totally get it. Yeah, he's salty. He's not even real potatoes, and he flipped you off. That's wild.
Look at that, Tim. I mean, look at the insolence.
Oh, no.
Can you imagine?
Oh,
Wow.
no. Ding dong.
Ding dong with this
Ding dong,
guy.
Mr. Pringle.
But what's most important and what we're really promoting, other than the great David Vassay Dodger Talk, and there are many Dodger fans in town, we know that, is Tim Conway Jr., the greatest radio show in the history of the world. Ding dong!
Come
on AM 640 KFI.
You're going to be here at the Tailgate Tour. The
Yes,
largest outdoor
Crozier.
crowd here.
Wow.
Yeah, it's free. Angel Hernandez, Crozier here as well. What do you got going on tonight?
Crozier's a crowd plant.
You better dance, Crozier, you monkey. Dance.
We've got Eric Dickerson. I know you guys haven't talked to him in a while.
What? We talked to him today.
What? Oh, I didn't know that.
He was at his son's flag football game.
Who else you got?
He was not interested in
Kevin
us.
Harlan? Who else?
Kevin Harlan's coming on, but he's going to be late, which will be great.
You know what? Because he was late, the Pringle man flipped us off, so it all worked out. It all worked.
But I was telling Matt that, you know, guys who come on other people's radio shows, they listen like for 2 or 3 hours so they can recall part of the show.
Right.
But a lot of times that's the first time they've ever listened to the show. And we had a guy on a couple weeks ago. He comes on, he goes, ding dong. I'm like, oh, no, dude. Somebody told you to say that. Ding dong.
This is here.
That's not the vibe, man.
It's me, Danny Kaye, live on Tim Conway.
By the way, one of the great lines on your show may have come from Tim Cates when you guys made a big deal of Sharon Bellio getting us a cake for the anniversary.
Right.
And then you can almost see Cates' face where he goes, wait a minute. You want me with my money to buy you a cake?
Yes. Yes, we do. That's exactly right, Tim.
Oh, it's great.
So there is no better show to be live from 7 to 10 at night, 6 to 10.
6 to noon, yeah.
From the corner.
6 to noon?
Yeah.
What are you, drunk?
6 to noon.
From the corner of Broadway and beautiful 3rd Street in Santa Monica.
Look at this crowd. It's huge.
Isn't this amazing?
It's a hulking crowd. It's almost like it's a crowd for like a flogging in 19th century England. I mean, it is really something. What do the people have in store tonight, Tim? What do we got going on?
Well, we got Steve Gregory coming on tonight. As I said, Eric Dickerson stopping by.
Oh, you weren't joking about that.
No, I'm not kidding. Eric Dickerson, live from Post flag football. But I think you guys are onto something. When he talks about not going to the game, it's because of the crappy seats.
No, he knows that.
Oh, yeah.
Is that true?
It was exposed earlier in the week on Fox Sports Radio.
Really?
They were like, so you got seats? He's like, hell no, I give me terrible seats. and then it became like a thing where people were a little bit upset about it. And then we asked him today, and he was like, I ain't going. And shame on you, Rams, but that is the nature of the Rams. I don't want to upset you, sir, but the nature of the Rams is a front-running nature, okay? That's not the same ownership that was here at the beginning, which is fine. It's wonderful that they have a team that they want to be in the Super Bowl and all that, but they don't care about the great Eric Dickerson. They'd rather pay that freaking antique Michael Buffer to scream, "Let's get ready to rumble."
Oh, man, but I get so hyped up when he grabs that mic, and I'm like, is he going to say it?
You might
as well say it, and then he says it.
I don't even say it around the house because I don't want to get fined.
That's like
I don't even say it at home.
Exactly right.
It's
Don't
like
you dare.
$40,000 into the ocean.
100,000
just to let that idiot scream.
40,000.
$100,000.
How about 250?
No way for this game for the Super Bowl.
How about 250?
I'm telling you,
smokes,
that Buffer has better seats than Dickerson. That's a travesty.
Guy's made like $8 million off that, right?
$8 million.
Yeah, off the one thing,
and he sucks.
For $80 million.
Yeah.
How about I love his brother too, who's like, I've got my own Zane. It's time. I'm sorry, what was that? It's time for what?
I
what the hell are you talking about?
Which buffer did you get?
We got the guy that
I
says
got the
it's time.
Whoa.
I hate the it's time guy. That guy sucks.
I'd rather have that guy.
Yeah, me too.
Every
He's kind
time-
of swole.
Anytime somebody says ding dong, though, it's this guy. This guy.
Not
So
this guy.
If you hate it, it's him.
It's Matt's fault.
Yeah.
If you love it, it's you.
It's me, right?
It's you.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Anyway, we got Steve Gregory coming on as well.
What's he
And
going to talk about?
I don't know.
Murder?
True
Barry,
crime.
from Barry's Tickets.
Oh, my boy Barry.
Yeah. So we're just doing your show.
Basically.
Yeah.
Well, that's Super Bowl week, Tim.
That's right.
Everybody does everybody else's show
That's right.
over and over and over again.
But this big tailgate tour
Oh,
is huge.
sleepy
It goes
bodies.
all the way down.
Love it.
Long day.
Kids had a great day.
Oh, my
Passed
God.
out. I
Look at
love
these
it. Look at
guys.
them. Oh, what
And
a
the
day.
people watching, Conway, it
And
doesn't get any better than this.
What percentage of people standing in front of it? It's probably about 50 to 100 people around. What percentage are wearing masks? Maybe 3%. 3%.
And this is a mega event.
Oh, it's a mega event. Yeah, right.
Oh, you're outside. Is that okay then?
Yes, Ding Dog. And by the way, there's no traffic getting here.
Is that right?
That's right.
They're wide open, huh?
Everyone flipped out like it was the Olympics, and everyone stayed home or went north. There's nobody. It took me literally a half hour, 40 minutes to get here from Burbank.
Well, have fun with the
No
Pringles
traffic.
guy.
Yeah.
You're serious?
I'm honestly out.
Oh, I thought you were
No, I'm
blowing
serious.
smoke because it took me an hour and 15 minutes to get here from Inglewood.
No.
It was a complete disaster.
There is nobody out there right now.
As the night goes on,
Matter of fact, we're going to Angel off. No
people
traffic.
start smoking reefers, and the Pringles guy's going to take off his pants.
Wait, is the Pringles guy smoking weed?
Somebody is.
Is that the new flavor?
Smoking weed?
I'll tell you right now. Right over there.
Yeah, so what, man? So what if I'm smoking reefers, huh?
So-
you got an
you know,
effing
by the
problem
way,
with that, huh, Einstein?
I might be smoking reefers,
The new
mother effer.
Pringles, the new Pringles are wavy. They're like ruffle chips.
Let me see them.
Yeah. Oh, you got. Oh, here they are.
Let me see.
They're awesome.
But they're awesome?
Yeah.
I'll be the
They're
judge of that.
wavy. They're really good. I mean, they're not as healthy as you think.
It tastes like crap.
After having that guy flip me off, I don't think I could ever eat one of those ever again.
They're not as healthy as they look.
We'll be back with more PMS on Monday.
Yes.
Tim Conway
Ding
on
dong
KFI.
with you. KFI AM 640, I guess. Right?
Dodger Talk next on 5-7.
Woo!
You're clear. Thank you, guys.